Buffalo station. Todd.
Cross your legs, honey. Let's get out of this inning.
Hahn.
I didn't know you were a screamer.
And Rosenberg.
Happy Jewish New Year. Not Newish Jew Year.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Todd, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. The last Friday before Thanksgiving. You know what they say. You know what they say about the last Friday before Thanksgiving.
What do they say?
It's the definition of Thanksgiving vibes of Jace, dude. We're here.
It is?
According to yesterday's conversation, it's the Christmas season.
Yeah, according
That's
to
right,
Alan,
it is.
It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, don't you start hating again.
No.
All right?
Well, listen, I'm connected now, so if I want to relive the rant, keep pushing me, and you'll get to hear what you didn't get to hear yesterday.
You know what I do. You know what I'm here for, Don. The only reason why I got this job was to push you.
That's right.
And you're doing well. You're doing well.
The silent scream yesterday will live forever.
Yeah, that was sad. Donnie in the dark is a moment in time. Yesterday's whole show was a moment in time. You don't get it every day.
The Florida Don just hits different, doesn't it?
It does.
In just so many different ways.
That's how you know Florida Don's different. He does a show to himself while we're talking to a caller. You've never seen anything like it. If you missed it, go back and watch yesterday's YouTube. You'll enjoy it. It's there
worth your time
on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. But guys, some football out of the gate to discuss today.
Football.
We got news on Jackson Dart or lack thereof, and also Alan. We talked a lot about must-win games and what does it say about certain teams. And Buffalo goes into Houston, lays an egg. And after a ridiculous 4th and 27 pickup on that last drive, they come up short and lose to the Texans and now drop to 7-4.
Look, if you're a Giants fan, what's happening in Buffalo should concern you.
Yes, I agree. If you want Mike McCarthy.
Or an experienced coach. Or an experienced coach. Right?
Well, I think I don't know if Tomlin goes there and solves Buffalo's problems, but I think Mike McCarthy can.
Okay.
Just because he's an offensive guy, and I think that's who Josh Allen would want to be his new head coach rather than a defensive guy.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy, let's face it, Pittsburgh hasn't been known for being explosive offensively. So I don't know if you're going to want to stick around. If you're going to pull an ultimatum if you're Josh Allen and say, all right, listen, either you get a coach here that's going to help me win a Super Bowl or send me somewhere else and pull a Matthew Stafford kind of deal.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to do that for Mike Tomlin. I think you might do that for Mike McCarthy.
It's so interesting, though. I mean, I see what you're saying from the offensive standpoint, but from a pedigree standpoint, you think someone would feel that strongly about McCarthy versus Tomlin?
Well, here's why, and I could be wrong on this, and I think it's certainly debatable, guys. But I'm a big Mike Tomlin fan, coming from the perspective of the Giants who have won one playoff game in over a decade. To where, get me to Mike Tom. Get me to be a team that goes to the playoffs every year, is a lock to win 9 games every year, but just can't seem to get over the hump. That's what Buffalo is now. Like, Buffalo wants to get over the hump.
Yep.
So you bring in a Mike McCarthy that has won a Super Bowl. Now, he hasn't been able to get over the hump recently, but at least he's an offensive guy. What has been the complaint that Steeler fans have about Tomlin is it's stale. They run the ball too much. They haven't been able to do anything offensively.
They haven't won a playoff game in 10 years.
Right. So I think they're both kind of the same. They both former Super Bowl champions that have gone stale. One still has a job, one's out of a job. But give me the offensive guy if I'm Josh Allen. I mean, how do I know it gets any better if it's Tomlin than what it is now?
At the same time,
well, you got a guy that's it's an experienced voice, and sometimes I have seen this in all sports. Sometimes if a coach or a manager, whatever it is, has been in one place for a long time, it does tend to go stale.
Yeah.
But what goes stale somewhere else is fresh in a new place and could be exactly what you need for both of them. You know what I mean? Like you have seen it in the NFL, and we're seeing it from Andy Reid. That's a great example, is it not? He was good in Philadelphia, but the complaint was he couldn't get him over the top. He couldn't win the big one, all that stuff. He goes to Kansas City. He didn't change anything. It's who he is. But it was fresh there because they needed that.
But don't you think – I agree, and I think both Tomlin and McCarthy would be better than what they have in Buffalo right now. But don't you think that McCarthy's got a better chance to become Andy Reid than Tomlin? Just because I'm an offensive guy, I've got this singular talent at quarterback in Josh Allen. That's what we need. Rather bringing in a guy that is known for stabilizing things, winning, getting more out of his roster than maybe he should, but really is he going to make things better for Josh Allen?
Okay, if we're going to now live in that world with McCarthy not being on the table, if McDermott does get fired, and again, we don't know, but
I would think
when you go through this,
it's heading that way.
Yeah, if they run into a wall again in the postseason, maybe they have to make a change. He's already – like, even last night, you could hear it start to come from him. He's getting frustrated with the offense. Look, Keon Coleman was supposed to be a guy that was going to be a weapon for them. They got to keep benching him because he can't behave. Like, they've got problems there, clearly. You know, again, they had Diggs. They had Tay Diggs, like you said, Don, and he couldn't behave. So there's something going on up there. But Josh Allen, very similar to the story in New York with Jackson Dart, is still taking too many hits. He's still getting, I think it was 12 times he got hit last night. And Will Anderson
sacked
was
8, rushed 4.
Well, how about if we stop Will Anderson? Do you think there's one guy to worry about? Maybe you want to focus on him a little bit. But they're saying that about Josh Allen, who's been in the league for a long time now. He's still having that problem of getting hit too much. So all I want to know is the one man's trash is another man's treasure. Would Sean McDermott be interesting?
For who?
The Giants.
Oh, God.
What do you mean?
That was kind of my
point. God, no.
So you wouldn't. No. Again, have they been awful, or
No.
has he been good?
They've been a very good football team. I don't know that he's the reason they're good. I mean, they have.
Well, he's the head coach.
I get it, but they also have as talented a quarterback as there is in the league, essentially, short of Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. They've had a lot of good pieces there, and they've always come up short, and sometimes it's happened with bonehead coaching. So I don't know. I know it's a hard spot. Judging these guys who get tons of wins every year and then come up short in the playoffs, it's hard to say they stink.
Now, keep in mind,
but I'm not feeling it.
He's a defense guy, so you'd have to bring in an OC that's, legit, or does Kafka stay because he doesn't get a job somewhere else?
Yeah,
and so the offense stays the same, and so nothing affects Jackson Dart, but your defense, which has been garbage, maybe gets better.
Listen, I'm not that close to it to watch every Bills game, but my feel for the Bills is that's all Josh Allen. I don't feel like McDermott is a guy that gets them there. Josh Allen gets them there. When you watch every big moment, it's his run, it's his arm, it's him doing something. And if they had found a way to win that game last night, it would be all on him again, right? With the hook and lateral and getting them down inside the red zone with a chance to win the game. It's all him, man. All right, but again, I don't watch enough to know, and we don't get calls from Bills fans the way we do from Steeler fans who hate on Tomlin. But Peter, am I off? It just feels like whatever success the Bills have had over the last decade, it's been because of Josh Allen, not because of their coaching.
I tend to feel that way too, Don. And listen, coaches are a weird thing. If you look on Twitter last night, over a 1-minute period in real, actual time, you had half of Twitter screaming for the brilliance of Joe Brady because of the 27-yard hook and ladder. Mm-hmm. And then 10 seconds later wanted him fired, gone, because they weren't able to come up with points on the drive. So it's very hard when discussing. I know people have been down on the Bills' offense at points this year, including last night, but DeMeco Ryans had that team ready. That was a really good Texans defense last night.
Backup quarterback? Yeah, come
on. But just hear me out, though. You're telling me if you're complaining about Joe Brady right now and you're a Bills fan, the problem with the Bills historically has been offense?
No.
This offense has been fine. That's not the reason. Maybe last night.
It's been hit, but it's been all Josh Allen.
Well, and also but they also had offensive line problems last night. He wasn't protected.
No, but it's all Josh Allen on the offensive side too. I'm not seeing a lot of coaching. I'm seeing a singular talent that is getting.
Cook's been good. I should say Cook's been good too. He's been a good.
Listen, they're not bereft of talent, but it seems like Josh Allen seems to have the ability to make things happen. So it's interesting. It is, because I just can't believe they lost that game. I can't. The New England Patriots are going to win the AFC East, guys. I know you just threw up in your mouth, But how do you not? And guys, they might win it going away.
I mean, now.
Well, what do they have, a 2-game lead now?
Now it's a 2-game lead.
2 games in the loss column.
Do they
We'll see
play
what
each
happens
other?
this week.
They've played
They
once.
have to.
They've only played once, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they do play each other. I'm sure it's late in the season.
Let me give you the old Bills sketch here. Moving forward.
I'm actually going.
They're at the Steelers next week. Then they're home Bengals. Then they're at Patriots. 12-14, right? But a week before Christmas, they're at Patriots.
Yeah, there it is.
So they can get the split there. Mm-hmm. And otherwise, guys, their schedule's fantastic except the Eagles and that Pats game. Besides that, I don't consider the Steelers to be a great team. The Bengals are not a great team, though they may have Burrow back. They got the Browns, great defense, not a great team. And they close with the Jets.
Here's why the Patriots are running away with this division. Here's all you need to know. At Bengals, home against the Giants. Then they play the Bills. Then they go at Ravens. Then it's end with Jets and Dolphins.
They're winning the division.
How are they? That's what I mean.
The only question is if they run away with it, but they're winning.
Could they get? They're going to get 4 wins. Could they get 5 out of the 6?
Sure.
Oh yeah. So
they could run the table. I mean, they just keep proving everybody wrong.
By the way, but let me just be
big Ravens game. That's a huge Ravens.
Let me just be that guy though. Assuming the Ravens are still playing for their life, that's in Baltimore. That's a hard. Drake May. I know the Ravens defense has been soft this year and really disappointing. That's a big boy game. All right.
Yeah, that's a big boy game. That's a statement game. If you're Drake May, that's a statement game to go down there and win. But we've seen already this season that you can go in there and win like you never used to before.
True.
But if that's 6 games, you get 5 out of 6. The division's in your pocket.
By the way, I know this sounds absolutely nuts. Jackson Dart back in a couple of weeks. I'm not throwing away that Giants game. I'm not at the point with the Patriots yet where the Giants play everyone tough.
Is that a Monday night?
It's Monday nighter. In New England. But if Dart's playing, I give the Giants a chance in that game.
Well, I think that's a great transition, whether you meant to do it or not.
Well,
it is excellent.
If
we're
Dart
getting really good
playing.
at our transitions.
Thank you.
If Dart is playing, that's a problem, guys. This is not a knee injury, ankle injury, elbow injury. He's concussed. He's going to miss a second game. He's already visited the tent 4 times this year in concussion protocol. 2 games is not nothing, guys. Now, and people, we got caught up into the semantics game of him practicing. And I'm even hearing it today. Despite practicing all week, he was in non-contact.
Yeah.
So he was going through the motions. He tried, but he couldn't go. You know, you missed 2 games because of a concussion. You've been in the tent 4 times early in your career. You don't want this to have to be a problem because forget about the talent that he has and the future. You've got a quarterback with a concussion problem, then welcome to Tua world. Right? What do we say about Tua all the time? He's a hell of a quarterback, but I don't know. He's a hit away.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to convince a coach to, hey, Mike McCarthy, come coach the Giants. Sexy job, New York. We got a really good young quarterback. And he goes, yeah, a quarterback that if he gets sacked in the preseason, he could be out for 5 weeks. I'm good. I'm good. And you can't fault somebody for saying that. Now, you go in the next couple of years and don't suffer another concussion. Fine, we've seen it happen before. We've seen guys overcome those things. But we've also seen guys that had careers cut short because the concussions never stop, right? For every Daniel Briere, there's a Brett Lindros.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be kind of curious to see how long he's out. And you said something, Peter, flippantly, like if he doesn't play a 3rd week,
well, we got problems then.
Then you got a real problem, man.
That would be a real problem.
And then go out, dive in for first downs, and do all the things that make us believe that you're a great NFL quarterback and a guy that's got concussion issues. RG3, hello?
Well, RG3 was mostly ligament issues.
But I understand.
But either way, it's not what you want.
And it was definitely something you needed to correct. But it's somebody that couldn't live up to his potential because
of the way he played the game and what his body was.
Because of the way he played the game. Yes. And now if I've got to tell Dart, I need you to stay in the pocket and I need you to avoid contact because you have concussion issues, can he still be a great quarterback? Maybe, but now it's a big maybe. Now it's not, hey, what a great job by the Giants trading back into the first round. Oh, they got themselves a quarterback. Dead sexy. Everybody's going to want to coach him. Now I'm retraining him to play the position because I don't want him to get hit. Not good, Bob.
Yeah, no, it's not what you want. And I'll tell you this, though. if there is something that you want, Don, you should probably order it with Amazon because of Amazon Pickup.
True.
It's the ultimate convenience play. We all know Amazon is part of everyday life, but Amazon. I loved your True actually. I think that's what lives on here in potential drop madness if you wait for it. But Amazon Pickup, it takes it to the next level because if you're pressed for time and on the go like I am, and you know me, I'm always in the studio, even on Fridays. You could choose to send your orders straight to a secure pickup location that works for you. Amazon lockers and counters are located near you no matter where your day takes you. Your package is ready when you are, all right? Life never needs to slow down. And it never does. So instead of worrying about timing or knowing schedule stuff, your package is waiting for you. For me, with the baby at home, who, by the way, she's on the move. This baby is active. I am constantly on the move as well. But Amazon Pickup gives me the flexibility to grab what I need between shows, all right? That's how it works for me, and it can work the same way for you. It's simple. Order online at checkout. Choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You get an email confirmation with your instructions when it's all ready for you to pick up. You head over, you grab it. Quick, secure, always no extra cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupmvp to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupmvp.
This is a big time of year for the Amazon Pickup.
I'll say.
I mean, you're talking about busy time. We used to. I'm wondering if you guys are interested in this next week. Well, not. I guess next week, but more in December. Bart and I used to do a day that we majority of our, first of all, we shouted out all the delivery people, all the different delivery companies, UPS, Amazon, everybody that is hustling during the holiday season, getting everybody's gifts, packages, everything else delivered. The Postal Service too, all part of it. And a lot of them listen because they're working at the time that we are on. And we would have a day where it was exclusive calls only from those. And we would say, shout out where you work. And they would trash talk each other, which was awesome. It was so fun. It was hilarious. One guy said he boxed in another truck, so he couldn't get out so I could deliver. And then he couldn't get out so I'd stay ahead of him. Because, a lot of times the same trucks are on the same route, just different delivery companies. And it was a lot of fun because we know this time of year, those who are dealing in the delivery world, it's extra hours, it's a lot of work, it's exhausting, and if not for them, everything crashes down during the holiday season. So I've always wanted to salute them. We did it every year, and I was wondering if you guys would want to join me in doing that. It's one day in the next couple of weeks. I'm down. Always got love for our delivery people, man. There's a lot of them. Now, whole exclusive, we got to see if they come through. I mean, if we did an exclusive delivery guy and gal show, and they took over the whole show, I'm all for it. They'll call because, like I said, we would do that, and all the lines were different drivers. Mainly the exclusive was in a 1 hour window because they do have to work. But some of the stories that they tell about the rivalries and who's better, and it actually is pretty entertaining. By the way, so I just turned on my. Okay. Whatever. What happened? No, everyone complained this week, and understandably, I guess, because they were worried about Cam Scadaboo or injuring himself. I'm personally more worried about the fact that I just opened Twitter and see he's hanging out with the racist moron Neon, the worst Twitch person ever in the world. Never heard of him. A complete racist dirtbag. I don't. Wait, no clue. This is strong, but I trust your. Anthony, am I out of bounds here?
I don't know him. I know that he's popular.
Oh yeah,
and that being with him, you'll get more subscribers.
Correct.
So I'm assuming that is the direction that we're going with that.
Well, didn't he just shotgun a drink out of a cleat because he got to 1,000 Twitch followers?
Yes.
That's what Cam Scadaboo did? I
shirtless,
told you he's jacked
and he was
up on
yelling.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, man. I get that Cam's excited about the Twitch thing, and I know I was just the one here the other day saying give this guy a break. He's got to build his brand. But my man, this is every day. Every day.
I'll say this.
It was last week UFC. Monday he's at Raw. Now he's hanging out with Neon. Like my man.
Clearly he needs to get the energy out.
Yeah,
and I'd much rather it be on Twitch than.
True. I just try to do me a favor. Don't choose the openly racist ones. If you can, maybe the closeted racist. But I mean, just Neon's bad. I mean, I know he's tried to make amends for it, but guys, just feel free to Google the quotes. This isn't.
Is there a list for that?
This isn't
good.
Is there a list?
Yeah, it's just there for you. And by the way,
I don't think anybody needs to Google it. How about just don't bother?
Yeah, just
don't
trust
even
me.
give him your energy and let's keep it moving. But you made the observation on
go.
Scadaboo, and I'll tell you what, man, it does show you though how much this injury has affected him mentally and emotionally. It's like he just needs feedback and needs – you could tell that he really does thrive on energy and feedback.
Yeah, man.
And when you are because, anybody that's been injured will tell you, and a lot of athletes I remember I've talked to have said this, is when you get hurt during the season, you feel so detached from the team because you can't really be involved in anything. But when you're done for the season, that is. Like, you're not going to be in meetings. You're not going to be part of anything. You're not prepared. So you feel so detached from the team. You spend most of your time in the training room getting treatment. When they go on the road, there's no reason for you to go on the road. Like, it's an awful place to be. He's probably dealing with all that right now because you could tell he's definitely a good time. Like, he's always about a good time, and you could tell his teammates love him because he's got that kind of personality. Great energy. He has nowhere else now to put that energy out, so he's got to sit online and get responses and comments and everything else just to make him feel good.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot, and obviously this is not me going into a BetterHelp read, but this is an issue that a lot of people have, particularly young people who are of this era, that they need the feedback all the time. The thing that's so crazy about it to me is, and I guess it's different with Cam because, like, again, he doesn't know necessarily that what his career is going to be. But, like, one of the things, Don, I've talked about this before, if I were a stud athlete, one of the best things about it would get to be being offline and not being in the never-ending feedback circle and cycle. Like, you get to avoid it. You get to just go play football and get your check.
Yeah, but I think there's a generation of kids that they just need that. They don't know what it's like not to live in that world. They want to constantly be in that world. For us that lived a life before social media, before that whole thing, we can kind of take it or leave it. But I think when you were born into that, I don't think they want to leave. They're looking for reasons to stay in it. We take the break, right? We're looking to get out.
Yeah.
We're itching to get out.
They're
itching to get in.
It's been off my phone all week. It's been amazing.
It's a cesspool. It really is.
Social media comments for us growing up was just like, recess.
Yeah.
The school bus, right?
And listen, not to say that
the car after a bad game.
Yeah.
You talk about comments? Damn, I wish I could mute my dad's comments.
Yeah, but he never wished death on you.
Right.
He might have said you need to improve this
he didn't
or
wish
that.
Death, he didn't wish death to himself.
Yeah, he didn't grab the steering wheel and go, you know what? The one time we just couldn't watch the news a little longer. Instead, we had to have you.
Yeah, exactly. You know what?
He might have hinted to leaving me on a corner and just walk home from here because I'm so disgusted in you. He might have hinted to
You're making me feel better about the fact that my dad skipped most of my games. Now,
listen, nobody sits there and goes, I can't wait to see Peter Pinch run.
You know what? All of this emotional trauma is making me wish I had a little BetterHelp right now.
Yeah,
and this November, BetterHelp is encouraging everyone to reach out.
Is he double dipping in the
Yeah, buddy.
Is he double dipping
down? Check in on your friends, check in on your family, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. For me, it always helps to have that therapist to talk to, and it's been really, really useful during the hardest times in life. But here's how BetterHelp's doing it, okay? They're giving you the opportunity to fill out a questionnaire, identify your needs and preferences, and then their 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you're not happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from the tailored recommendations. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp's one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, all right? Having served over 5 million people globally. By the way, how is that one of the largest? That has to be the largest. And it works, all right? The reviews are in. So, this month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250. All right, well, if you guys need help discussing all the issues of the day, whether it is the Jackson Darts proclivity for injuries, whether it's the Buffalo Bills, your coaching desires, it's all on the table at 1-800-919-3776. We got a Fraud Friday. We got ENM. We got a full show. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Experience the wonder of holiday savings on Honda cars, trucks, and SUVs during Happy Honda Days, like the Accord SE, only $239 per month, or the all-wheel drive Honda Ridgeline for only $289 a month. These clearance deals won't last long. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 36 months lease, 7,500 miles per year, $38.99 down, plus tax, tag, and fees. See dealer for full details.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. his parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet3.
.365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon and happy Friday, but not a happy ride over at the Tappan Zee Bridge trying to make your way into Westchester County. Tour bus fire being cleaned up right at the start of the span. Been out there for over an hour. Only 2 lanes are getting by. Traffic is stopped on the southbound thruway from the Palisades on the Rockland side. Inbound George about 15 to 24. The upper deck, lower level will run you about 10 to 15 minutes. All of your purchase the outbound side pretty bad. Worst of it, Deegan northbound. Right after the Moshalua crash being picked up in the right lane. Add that to the volume delays. Go back to the Triborough and the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet at 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Holland already 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
1-800-919-3776 if you want to join Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. And
Can I join?
Sure you can. A little game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time.
It's Tully time.
It's Tully time. NBA Cup group play. Nets and Celtics at 7:30.
Oh, wow.
All like you dream about. Celtics looking to get their second win over the Nets in the last week. Tullamore Dew. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey.
Sure.
Sure it is. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
We give no quarter on this show, man. No quarter.
No. I wish whiskey.
I wish.
I wish. Sounds like somebody that is partaking.
Listen, don't forget this.
The last time I called up, I was not high. I was pooping in my pants.
Oh, we have. What an audience.
And yesterday, of course.
And if you take a look at the Halloween decorations, very similar. They're very, very fall-like.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's get things started. Wait, we have 2 mooses on hold? Is this real?
Would that
Yes.
be meese?
I don't. Yeah.
A couple more for a pack.
You got 2 meese.
We have meese.
1 moose, 2 meese. How can we have? Wait, I don't understand. Why
Moose in the woods.
Why are this many people named Moose?
And we'll have a moose at 6 o'clock as well.
Well, oh, you mean Daryl Johnston?
That's
yes. Right. Look at you.
Let's
already,
go to
already ready.
Let's go to Moose in New Jersey. It was Moose. Why are you Moose?
Yeah.
It's a nickname. It's like the first half of my last name.
Ah.
And what is your last name, if you don't mind us telling?
Musso.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll find out for the other Moose what his deal is.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
So, I mean, I just wanted to weigh in on the Bills talk you guys were having earlier. I've been a lifelong Bills fan, unfortunately, for most of my life. And I think you guys are way off base, man. Like, Sean McDermott and Josh Allen are the 2 best things to happen to this team in the past my entire lifetime. Mm-hmm. It's not Sean McDermott's fault that the defense is a sieve when it comes to the run. And it's not Sean McDermott's fault that we don't draft wide receivers that will play.
Well, yeah, Keon Coleman was supposed to be special. He had a good week 1, and then after that he just acted up. They can't keep him in line. That's a head coach issue, right? And then also, what is McDermott's specialty, though, Moose? What's his specialty?
Offense.
No.
No.
Sean McDermott's known for defense.
He's a defensive guy.
That's why they keep bringing in offensive coordinators that have to be really good with offense.
I think there's something there. You're onto something with the. You said it before, Stephon Diggs and Coleman. When you watch Coleman play, he seems disinterested in being on the field.
Which is
there's
maddening.
no. Well, yeah,
and that's
crazy.
a Brandon Beane issue. Like, did you draft character properly? Did you think you were getting? Because if this guy was a first-round talent but fell because of character, those are all risks you take. You know, like those are all issues that I think are collective with that organization right now.
I agree.
They are swinging for the fences on some of these guys. Again, Stephon Diggs is the same problem. Diggs, you know what happened in Minnesota. You know, we know that he doesn't stay well in certain places because he cannot behave himself. He gets mad. He gets diva-ish, and you can't handle it. And they couldn't.
But
yeah,
he's
just
a good
feel
coach.
Like going to McCarthy, who can't manage a clock and will lose you the game in the last 2 minutes because he's not paying attention to what's going on, or to Mike Tomlin, who hasn't won a playoff game, like you said, in a decade. Listen, McDermott might not have gotten us to the promised land yet, but I mean, the guy has gone up against a juggernaut in the playoffs every year.
Yeah, and now you're taking a step back. This should be the time you pounce. The Chiefs are not the same team anymore, all right?
Yep,
Baltimore
exactly.
is good, but I don't know if they're a championship caliber team. Cincinnati has just lost their starting quarterback. New England's got a newbie at quarterback. This should be your time to pounce, and instead you're taking the step back that everybody else in the conference is taking back. Both things could be true. McDermott's the best coach they've had since Marv Levy, but he may have taken this team as far as they can go, and maybe you just need somebody different in there. And you could have said the same things about Andy Reid. Why would Kansas City want him? He can't get over the top. He can't win the championship game. They rely too much on the run. Now you look at it and go, man, he took Donovan McNabb farther than probably anybody on the planet could, and now he's got Mahomes, and he's winning Super Bowls and can't stop winning them. And it could be the same thing with McCarthy. Did a nice job with Romo and Prescott, but now you give him Josh Allen? Again, Rooney might have been gone by Romo, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
it's a great take by you, though, Don. This should be the year where if you're a Bills fan, the only team you're thinking about beating is Philadelphia.
Can I tell you, though?
This is their year.
Yeah. Well, here's how you know. Well, who were the preseason? There was 3 teams tied for the equal the shortest odds to win the Super Bowl?
KC, Buffalo, and Philly?
Well, you have one team right, Buffalo, plus 700.
Okay.
The other two teams, the defending champs, the Eagles and the Ravens.
On Ravens. Okay.
The Chiefs were plus 800, so they were right on the door. Okay. But the Bills were the AFC team that everybody believed this was their year. This was the time. So that's what's happening right now. Now, you've said this, Peter, about them. I don't know why we're turning into a Buffalo Bills show, but we're doing it.
It's a great New York team.
Yeah, they are a great New York team. But if in the regular season they go through stuff but get it right in the postseason, they would flip what normally does happen. Right?
That's right. That was what we talked about. Yeah.
So is fixing all the problems, getting Coleman's head right in time for the postseason, is all that stuff still on the table? Yes, it is. An offensive line that's got to do a better job protecting their quarterback? Yes. And a defense that's got to be able to, as the caller said correctly, stop the run? Yes. These are all things they got to fix. Can they? But right now, they're not going to win the division. And right now, you wouldn't put your money on them. Early in the season, I was ready to be all in on them. And then they started playing the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks. It doesn't make sense. And that's my first instinct is to look at the head coach and wonder, is his message, is it still resonating in that locker room?
Let's go to Al in Jersey. Hey, Al.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? I think it's hilarious, the comparison that, we're even comparing McCarthy to, Mike Tomlin. And I say that only because we forget that the man's been to 2 Super Bowls, winning one. And when he did that, when he was able to win, he was able to show you his abilities as a coach because he had a quarterback. 10 years, no playoff wins. Yeah, only been winning. Yeah, that's all. He's only been winning, but they haven't had a quarterback.
They had Roethlisberger up until about 3 years ago.
True. No, Roethlisberger's been out of the league for 5 to 7, if not more.
Right, but towards the end of Roethlisberger's McCarthy's got a ring.
No, I understand that. Yeah, we understand he's got a ring. But once again, they have rings when they have successful quarterbacks. They get on Mike Tomlin a lot up in Pittsburgh. I'm not a Steelers fan, I'm a Niner fan, but they get on him a lot up in Pittsburgh about the style of play. Pittsburgh, I'm 46. Pittsburgh has played the same offense and defense for over 46 years. That's their culture. They're not going to change. When Mike Tomlin tried to air it out with Roethlisberger, they got on him about that for having Roethlisberger throw 40-plus passes a game. I don't think it's even close, and we put so much disrespect on Mike Tomlin's name because he's not considered an offense or defensive specialist. As a business owner and prior, a manager working for a Fortune 500 company, I was always taught that the best leaders are the ones who are able to delegate, not the ones who are running around, doing everything. So, we can't continue to do this to him.
Well,
by the way, I agree with most of that, Al. I appreciate
it.
Yeah,
we always defended Tomlin to the Steeler fans. I'm just
saying
that
you wouldn't take him with the Giants. If you take him,
no,
10
I would.
times out of 10.
But
Absolutely.
if I'm looking to get over the hump, like Buffalo, I would take McCarthy over Tomlin. Now, I think you improve with either of them. If McCarthy says, no, I want to go to New York, then I would take Tomlin. I'm just saying that if I'm Buffalo, I think I'd take McCarthy over Tomlin. But I would take both of them over McDermott. And I wouldn't let him go if I was the Steelers. But I could see maybe it's getting stale there.
Well, let's see. Someone who wants to comment on Mike Tomlin and has strong feelings. Danny on Long Island, big Steelers fan. What's up, Danny?
He would
trust his
let's
instincts.
let's rephrase this segment as crossfire or point counterpoint. Because I am a Steelers fan and I watch every minute of every game. And let's just set the stage here. Mike Tomlin was given a Super Bowl winning team and was not allowed to pick his own coordinators because he had a Hall of Fame defensive coordinator and a Hall of Fame quarterback in place. He did win a Super Bowl the second year. In 16 years, the last 16 years, they've won one playoff game. 10 of those 16 years, he had Ben Roethlisberger. When it came time to replace Ben Roethlisberger, he thought small hands Pickens was the guy. He got up and cheered. That was a mistake. And then when that wasn't the guy, he had to bring Mason Rudolph back to win 3 games in a row. And then he sent Mason Rudolph packing again to bring in Wilson, another great decision. We've had one mental case wide receiver after another for the past 15 years. How's George Pickens looking in Dallas? How did Antonio Brown?
Well, he's playing
Pickens
well.
plays pretty well.
Yeah, he's playing well, but he and his boy went out one night in Vegas.
He can hold his liquor, though.
7 a.m.
Right. So we have a never-ending Le'Veon Bell not showing up for walkthroughs day before the AFC Championship. So there's been a lot of things there. We haven't won a playoff game in 10 years. So why are we replacing one coach who hasn't won a playoff game in 10 years with another coach who just can't get to the championship? I know Mike Tomlin won a Super Bowl 16 years ago. That's what we're holding out for now? That's why he's a saint? And by the way, McCarthy beat him that year. So, yes, the coach has to have a quarterback. But Mike Tomlin's time is over. We need to have a fresh start. We have a rookie quarterback. We have to find out. I would not bring him in for the Giants because, again, he's a defensive-minded guy. He doesn't like to throw the ball over the middle. Mike, the game is designed to throw the ball over the middle. It's not 1975. You can't run the ball and get a 10-point lead in the first quarter and decide you're going to drain the clock. That's the problem with the offensive mentality that he has. And he never got on Roethlisberger because Roethlisberger was there first. Ben Roethlisberger threw 6 touchdown passes in back-to-back games. He couldn't put a clamp on Roethlisberger.
Isn't it possible, though, that the team, frankly, was just very good when they had Roethlisberger, maybe would have had more titles if Tom Brady wasn't in the way, and then ever since then, they just haven't found the guy like most of the league, and even with that, Danny, they still usually have a winning record and make the playoffs.
I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but I'm not I'll keep him for Steelers, but I'm certainly not, if I'm the Giants, picking him up as if he's the end. I want some. To be honest with you, I want some 28-year-old guy who's biting kneecaps, because Tomlin's coming in as the father figure. They may not need the father figure. They need the piss and vinegar.
Well, all I need is a guy.
It's a young roster, though.
How about having a coach that gets more out of a team than not? So, like where the Giants are right now, I'm not thinking Super Bowl. I think can I just get to above 500? Can I get the stain of this embarrassment over the last couple of years off of my uniform and function again? And I think Mike Tomlin can do that. Now, if I need a guy to win a Super Bowl, no, I'm not going to pick him. That's why, Buffalo, I think you go in a different direction if you're a team that needs to get over the hump. Giants just trying to get back in the game, man. If this was soccer, they'd be relegated to another division. I'm trying to get back with the big boys, and I think Tomlin can do that. I want to be the Steelers. The Steelers, they want to be the Kansas City. So I understand why they don't want Tomlin anymore, because the Steelers are sick and tired of being a 9-10 win team and getting bounced in the first round of the playoffs. That's my destiny right now. I want to be the team that wins 9-10 games, gets bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
You're dreaming of that. I know.
I'd like to get that step. I can't get to the second floor unless I at least get a couple of steps.
I thought, Don, I was in for 2 years in a row of getting bounced in the playoffs. Guess what? Went right back to sucking. It's hard.
But at least you know why.
Well, I think I do. But I mean, listen.
Okay. Well, you're right. Some things were exposed there.
Yeah.
I mean, they did,
including your phrasing.
Excuse me.
No.
They did. Listen. They did the procedure and found out that there's other problems.
Right.
Okay.
Once they looked in, they went, "Oof, we got a few things here."
But the main problem still has to be taken care of, and that's you lost your quarterback. But your quarterback might have been able to be.
No, I think if the quarterback plays, maybe we get to lose in the playoffs again. But to that point, the teams who are on the outside forever. Yeah, all we dream of is getting to be the Steelers, and I really do think Danny's view of the Steelers. I get it. I think that without Tom Brady around, maybe the Steelers have one more ring in that period, and people feel a bit differently about the Tomlin run. Either way, 1-800-919-3776. We'll talk this. We got it. Don, I loved the point you made, too, about our concerns about Jackson Dart. Do you have concern when a guy now has been in the tent 4 different times, and now we find out officially today he's out for a second game? So it's a full 2 weeks. Like, not all concussion situations are the exact same, and is it troubling that now he's going to miss a second straight game? That's on the table, plus Fraud Friday at 4:30. It's a Football Friday right here on DHR.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 Hybrid Preferred or lease for $279 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN128251. MSRP $36,570. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per 1,000 financed. And 12/125.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments. with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert Spine Care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Introducing the new ESPN Fox One bundle. Unlock all of ESPN and all of Fox One with one unbeatable price. Catch the biggest games, college football, NBA, NHL, and more on ESPN. Stream your faves, Big Noon Saturday, the World Series, and NASCAR on Fox One. All for just $39.99 a month. That's 20% off. The ESPN Fox One bundle. Offer valid for eligible subscribers only. Access content from each service separately. Savings compared to purchasing both plans separately. See stream.espn.com for complete terms and conditions.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Last great Motley Crue song.
So this
you actually like a Motley Crue song?
Yeah, well,
Motley Crue to me is stripper music.
Is this pre-stripper Motley Crue done?
Yeah, the first 2 albums.
Well, the first album,
first album's amazing, and then Shout at the Devil, their second album, I think, is very, very good. Not as good as the first, but very good. And then everything after that is just basically stick a dollar in a waistband.
That's all right, though.
Sorry, now
wiggle it around like you just don't care.
I'm not a fan of. It's stripper music.
Right.
I
just
had
rub a pole.
I loved that the Shout at the Devil album. And I bought I was like 12, maybe 10, 12. I bought a poster.
Right.
Put it in my room. So, on the album cover is the pentagram.
Yes.
Right. So it's demonic. My mother saw it and freaked out. Thought I was getting into like devil music. Thought I was becoming like a Satanist. Like, you had to see this. It was like it almost tore the house apart.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Because it was take down the poster, and I'm like, no. Like the total rebellious moment of a kid who refuses. And so what I would do is then I would play it louder. Oh man, it was bad.
You know what? It's
and
funny.
my dad came home, and then it got vicious.
Because listen, I get it; they didn't know any better. But it's laughable to think about that as Satan music.
Oh my
there
God!
is actual Satan music. Like,
it was a symbol,
Fate
though. It was
Venom.
the symbol, Don. It was
No,
the
I know.
symbol.
I know,
It was
but
like,
but
that's
if
a
you
devil
knew,
sign. I'm like, that's an album cover.
Listen,
Who cares?
The devil would be embarrassed, right? The devil would lose all street cred if Motley Crue was representing like devil music, right? Like, come on, no.
People were big on jumping on the devil music. Now, whether you're interested in devil music or not, Motley Crue is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Carnival of Sins at PNC Bank Arts Center.
Oh no!
No! Don't, Don. It's a read. It's a promo.
On Friday, July 31st, 2026. That is at some point going to happen. And we have your tickets right now, or your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Find the contest tile and submit to enter. Brought to you by Live Nation. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com.
I didn't know. I was just speaking.
I didn't either.
Which part? When you were talking about the stripper
fact there was
music?
a
The devil
no, there
music?
was a
Well, I mean, I didn't realize that was the promo you're doing.
Well,
That
also,
one of the hosts is basically saying, "Don't go,"
You're right.
and then we're telling you to go.
well, by the way, the are you familiar with the work of the Carnival of Sins? They're 2000. Hold on, so that's their 2006 album
All right, what's on that?
of Nothing You Know. In 2006, Motley
You
Crue.
never know.
Good lord.
Let's
Like I said, I was out after
No,
a
and-
shot of the devil.
Listen,
And
I know what. One thing. There's two,
this is like a greatest hits.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, shout out to Devil's number one on the CD.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. It's a live album, so it's a lot
Listen-
of their greatest hits. So
listen-
it's all the ones you know, the good ones.
Don, there are three facts you can bet on in life: death, taxes, and on this radio station, we will only give out tickets to country and old decrepit rock bands.
Right.
That is the only way it works.
Old metal.
Old metal
hard
and
rock.
country is it. There's no chance. We had an entire suite for years. Drake's in town. Kanye's in town.
Nothing.
Every hot artist in town. Can we pull aside 2 tickets
No.
to say no? But guess what? George Strait is playing outside in Jones Beach, and we're giving out
That's right.
tickets.
The
God,
Chicks
you
are
get
back.
By the way, I love the Chicks. Now that's not fair.
The
Okay,
Chicks are good.
We're not saying that we didn't love these acts. I'm just saying
It doesn't fit. It just
wanna
doesn't fit.
You want to know the demographic of your audience, right?
yeah, and exactly right. And I admit the Chicks probably aren't in the demo, and I don't know if George Strait is. You're right. Now Dolly's a different story. We all know how we feel about the great Dolly. Let's go to Mark in Charlotte, who's got some concern over the Jackson Dart situation. What's up, Mark?
Yeah, what's up, guys? So I'm in northern North Carolina tonight for a high school playoff game. I'm coaching in second round of the playoffs, but on the concussion front, we have a quarterback, our starting quarterback, who has a history of concussions. At the age of 17, he has 6 documented concussions, which to me is pretty insane. We can't even run a quarterback sneak with the risk of his head injuries. So with Jackson Dart, what does the NFL stand? What does NFL stand for? Not for long. Between him and Scatabo, I don't see them staying around for much longer if they're going to continue their style of play. But at the same time, like Mike Kafka said, you don't want to put your players in a box. So it's a give and take when it comes to that. But I think concussions are much more, the awareness around them it's much more prevalent. I don't see it getting any better for the league. And, the quote-unquote protocol, it's a little fakakta process. I'm not quite sure I don't know if you've ever taken an impact test before. That's what it's called when you're evaluated for a concussion. That's part of the protocol. It is such a terrible process. It's like the worst pop quiz you've ever taken. It actually probably hurts your brain more just thinking about to get through the test rather than actually passing it. But the risk for Jackson Dart, I think moving forward, his career is going to be pretty short.
Well, you hope not. And you hope also that this is just, hey, we're 2-9. Do we really want to send him out there against a really good football team on the turf, on the road? Let's just be careful. Hopefully they're just erring on the side of caution, guys, and it's not that he's just not ready to play. But if he's not ready to play, and we're having a conversation this time next week that he's not playing against New England, that's going to be a problem. So I am going to try to err on the side of optimism and say, because of their record and their situation, they're probably erring on the side of caution that it's not that big of a deal. But when has being leaning towards the side of optimism with New York football worked out?
Well, Don, didn't he have to pass? Like he went through the protocol twice, right? to clear for practice, and they put a red, right? It was a red jersey.
Yes.
So he didn't clear clearly twice.
So, but then, listen, I'm just saying that it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a problem, but you can't rule it out. Missing 2 games because of a concussion a guy that's been in the tent 4 times. That's an issue. Now, he'll get better as he gets older, and he'll realize I gotta protect myself a little bit more. But how much does that take him away from his game? That's why I threw out RG3, Peter.
Right.
Is that even though
his style of play,
this style of play is not conducive to him being around a long time, and now he's not the same player, and he didn't turn out to be the same player.
And how do you feel, Don, about Jackson Dart's glasses that always sort of look like he's doing cosplay glasses?
You got a problem with the glasses? I don't know. You're more of a style guy than I am.
No. It's maybe they're real. I just can't tell. Does the man need glasses, or are they? I'm trying to look. It's like when Homer Simpson wears glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, do they really fix your eyes, or is this a statement?
It's his style, right? Like, just let him
live.
Let him live. You and I both though did say, like, after a bad loss at the podium, you probably don't need to put the costume on, right? That you can just go team issue there and just say what you got to say, then go back to the locker room and then put on your outfit.
Listen, what my true feelings on Jackson Dart, I keep to myself. Because I'm a terrible sports talk host. No, it's because I don't like raining on the parade of Giants fans. I think we've gotten very happy-go-lucky with the sentence, the Giants have found their quarterback. I think that's been like wildly overstated this entire season. I think he's absolutely yet to prove that. I think he's shown he has a lot of potential, and we still have not seen whether, in fact, he's the guy. And then right when we were on the verge of finding out if he's the guy, Don, we've lost him for 2 straight games. And I just find it funny that, like, so many people we talk to, whether it's Greeny, I mean, experts who obviously know the game better than me, they've seen enough. Like he is the guy. Don, do you feel that at this point?
Well, there's no way to say that a guy's the guy this early. I haven't even played a full season yet.
Well, he didn't start the season. So we're talking about, 5 games in the middle?
We're talking about a very small sample size. But for that small sample size, I think he checked a lot of boxes where you could comfortably say that they found at least the potential of the next guy.
But people jumped way past that. They jumped right to they already have their quarterback. It's a wrap. He's 2-5 as a starter so far. 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks. Shown a lot of moxie. We've seen that. But I don't know. I was still on the verge of deciding. That's why I think the rest of this season is so important. Like, you do really want to see more. And, Alan, you've been big on this all year. You really want to see more from Jackson Dart.
You want to see it, but you also know that the weapons are fewer with this team now. So how much are you really able to decipher what he's becoming or his improvement without seeing him, especially without Malik Neighbors?
I mean, that's a brutal.
At least the line's been better. But I do think, though, Peter, I know what you're saying, and obviously in 1 year you're not going to know because C.J. Stroud's a great example. Your guy's a great example. We have seen in the league where a guy will have a really good debut, and then once the league figures you out, then that's when it's how can you process?
But my point is
what they're doing.
But my point is, and we got to take a break. We can discuss this more. My point is, he didn't show us even the C.J. Stroud or Jaden Daniels year, not by a long shot. It wasn't that. He has not done that on either count.
Listen, some of the games that they should have won are because of him. He should have won because
should have in 250 will get you on the train.
Yeah, but didn't because the defense sucked.
All right, let's continue this into the next hour, guys. Fraud Friday, 4:30. Don, Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The fall savings event continues this November at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $169 per month, or the 2025 Mazda CX-5 Select for as low as $229 per month, and get as low as 0.9% APR financing rates on select models. Plus, enjoy 1 year complimentary of Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talent acquisition at goodkarmabrands.com. That's talent acquisition at goodkarmabrands.com.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel this November, it's your chance to gobble up the green and feast on your share of $55,000 cash. Earn entries all month long and join us on Friday, November 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win up to $10,000 cash. Then at 7 p.m., 1 lucky winner will take home a grand prize of $20,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Well, I'll tell you what, Don.
What up?
You thought it was crazy that me and Danny from Long Island found middle ground? Later on after our show, you should watch Trump and Mom Donnie. You're really going to take a step back.
I mean,
it's a bigger surprise than me and Danny.
Buddy cop film loading?
What'd you say?
Buddy cop film loading, right? Is that what we're going to do here?
Are we about to, do we just become best friends?
Become best friends?
Truly a surreal moment. But we are living in
politics. That's why you don't trust any of them. Don't trust any of them.
We're living in surreal times, I'll tell you that.
Well,
I don't care which side you're on. Don't
the
trust
Taylor Marjorie
any of them.
Green turn is not something I had on my bingo card either.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's like wrestling now. It really is. It's like who's going to turn heel, who's now going to change sides. You know,
what's the script this week?
It is really crazy.
Makes me sick. Yep. But you know what? That conversation, though, we just had on Jackson Dart, I do feel like we probably should give it a little more time. Because Peter does sound like a hater. But what he's saying, though, Don, we can't tell him he's 100% wrong.
No.
And so you do want more evidence this season, especially, by the way, for a franchise looking for a head coach. You want to have something to, you want to lift the skirt up a little bit, draw some attention. Hey, this guy's really special. Look what he's done with the Flotsam and Jetsam that we got out on the field, and he's still looking good.
Well, listen.
And he has looked good.
But you got to protect him. And if these, this 4th time he's been evaluated for a concussion, they finally now have put him in protocol. It's gone 2 weeks. He has not passed one yet. And so now you're also saying, but what's the risk of getting him back on the field even if he does clear with a team that doesn't have, there's a balance here right now you got to worry about.
Kafka said when he's ready to play, he's going to play. So I guess you got to look at, all right, he's just not ready to play. But
and that's
we
not
live
concerning.
in a world where, ESPN does not have a show called First Take Light where you give almost takes or I'm not sure or maybe. Does he have it or doesn't he have it? And I think that the talking heads that you're talking about, Peter, all want to jump on the bandwagon. They found it. Now, they'll run and hide if it turns out that he doesn't have it. But they'll stand proud and say, see, I told you they found their quarterback. But the right answer is Peter's answer. I need to see more. But right now, I think he's checked a lot of boxes to say, I think this kid's got something. And I think with the right coach and the right circumstances, he can be their next franchise quarterback. But seeing enough? No, it's not nearly enough. But you got to declare, right?
Well, and that's...
All right, so Don, wait. I'm sorry, Peter.
No, go ahead.
Don, you're the Giants fan. Declare. What is your percentage of confidence that you do have the guy? That if he stays healthy, because obviously the health part is everybody's issue.
Changes
but it's
everything.
Everybody's issue.
But if I look at a crystal ball and concussions are not going to be an issue, it's going to be like Phil Simms, who was injury prone early in his career, and then he became kind of an Iron Man. If you tell me that health is not going to be an issue for him, I would bet that he is going to be the next quarterback of this team. Now, is he a Hall of Famer? Is he going to be great? I think he's going to be their next quarterback. Not sure if he'll be Eli, but he'll be the next. He will be their quarterback for the foreseeable future. I think they've got something here.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, by the way, is a no. Hear me out. That's a good and modest take. Like honestly, when you say I'm not even sure if he's going to be Eli, but he's going to be their next guy, and I recognize Eli is a Hall of Famer and has 2 Super Bowl rings and all those things, but also Eli is such a unique character. No one ever thought, at no point was he the best quarterback in football.
Right.
The tone we were getting from other people, Don, I think you've heard this, is people are past where you're at. They're like, oh my God, we have it. And I don't know. I just don't know yet.
Okay, can I
think
declare?
he could definitely be the Giants guy. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, because you're both making sense. And I don't have a team that's a rival, and I'm not a fan of the team.
Go ahead.
So I think I have the unbiased opinion of I know what I'm looking at. And what I'm looking at is a bona fide leader. He's a force multiplier. And he does have the skill set, physically, and the arm talent to play the game the way it's played right now. My only fear is his inability to know when to dial it back, which was Josh Allen's problem from day one. And how's that working out? He's got an MVP in his pocket. So I do think they've got a guy. It's what they do around him from here forward and the coaching he gets. That's what's going to decide whether or not this will be a 10-year career we'll be talking about for a long time. Super Bowls you can't predict because, honestly, can you win a Super Bowl with them? You can't tell in the first year.
You haven't won a Super Bowl with Josh Allen. You haven't won a Super Bowl with
That's
Lamar
my point.
Jackson.
But so you can't declare that. But I know what I'm looking at with a guy with the way he plays and the impact he's had on the sideline. He's 23. He's a rookie, and he was impacting the mood and emotion on the sideline of the football game. He already understands how to talk to teammates and keep them fired up and engaged.
No, that part
that's a tough thing. We've seen. Look, Jalen Hurts has that problem in Philadelphia. We have seen young quarterbacks who have had that issue where they don't really impact the whole team as a leader.
Right,
Quarterbacks have to be that guy.
But here on the flip side, to go against your point with what you're saying, Jalen Hurts has not shown that moxie on the sideline.
And he's won a Super Bowl.
He's won a Super Bowl. They're good every week. He's consistent.
100% right.
Nothing flashy, just good decisions.
Well,
he's just a good player.
Yeah, but he's also got a better roster around.
Well, of course.
This is the problem. We rate it all on winning. Is this the guy that's going to win us a championship? But I think that's so unfair because, listen, Josh Allen's good enough. If Josh Allen's a Chief, he's got 3 Super Bowl rings. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. If he's playing in Philadelphia, you tell me the Eagles aren't better with Lamar Jackson than Jalen Hurts?
Right.
Now, he's a winner. He's a 2-time MVP, almost won 3 MVPs. But you got to be in the right situation. You got to have the right talent around you.
Yep.
The question really should be, can this guy play? And I think the kid can play.
Yes.
Now, you get him a coach, you get him some talent, you get the right atmosphere around him, catch some breaks. Hey, he's already not Eli Manning. Eli Manning never missed a game because of injury. Right? This kid's already going to miss 2.
It's amazing.
Right? So he's not Eli. But can the kid play?
I'm just saying, I think he can play too. I'm just saying, I think Allen, to some degree, is almost putting, we got to get to these calls, but is almost putting the moxie and heart that he shows in leadership ability above what we've seen on the field so far. And it has to be backed up by what you do on the field. I mean, quarterback isn't Peter Rosenberg in high school where I got everyone motivated from the bench.
Peter, I hope I'm not saying it the wrong way, but I thought I just included the arm talent, right? The way he plays, the way he can run, the way he plays is today's NFL game. And as I mentioned earlier, There's 4 games we all agree they should have won. Now, the one that they lost to New Orleans was partly his fault for a really bad interception, right? We know that, the turnovers. But the other games, the only reason why they had a chance to win in Denver was who? Him.
Yeah.
The reason why they beat the Chargers. Like, think about the teams that they beat also. He was in the middle of all of that. He had them on the doorstep of winning with a doormat of a roster with all the injuries they have. That says a lot about his talent. And then I added to the talent part of it in between the lines is on the sidelines. Seeing what he says at the podium. He gets it already. And having a quarterback that's a force multiplier in the locker room, it does advance the cause for your franchise.
When you see the best throw, we'll get to the calls. They were down 2 with 3 touchdowns against San Francisco in the fourth quarter. He threw a gorgeous pass, should have been a touchdown. Slayton dropped the ball. All right, so that right there shows you he did everything right. Receiver dropped the ball. So it's not just about how the quarterback plays. But when you look at it, you see that there seems to be a lot there.
No, by the way, there is a lot there. I'm only short of where people go, hands down, I know it, we have our guy.
Well, because what you're looking for.
One not short of that, but he's looked really good.
Right, you're looking for reasons. And there's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's the selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You sales event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM834925. MSRP $27,055. Zero security deposit and $12,125.
All right, let's go to Jay. Jay in the Bronx. What's up, Jay?
What's up, guys? I'll put it this way. I have more confidence in Jackson Dart's talent than I do in the Giants being able to develop it. And, I think that's kind of sad, but I do think it's fair. If they find a way to bring a head coach like they did when Eli Manning was around, when Kaufman, who had some level of success in Jacksonville, and he had Jeremy Shockey, he had Tiki Barber, he had some really good offensive linemen around him and some good receivers, then the kid has a shot. If they continue with the merry-go-round of general managers and head coaches like Daniel Jones' experience, it doesn't matter what type of talent he is. He's still going to struggle, and he may not have success unless, again, sadly, he leaves and go into another franchise that gets it, and you see the talent then. So, you got your guy. I think the pressure needs to be put on the organization to, maximize that talent. I think it's just that simple in my opinion.
Well, you're not wrong, but they got the opportunity to go out and do that, right? They're looking for a coach. Hopefully they get the right one.
Yeah, that's what makes it such a unique situation. You think you found the guy. You still need to develop him more, but now you don't have the quarterback. Jose in New Jersey. What's up, Jose?
Oh, hey, guys. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Good. I'm just honestly, I think of how coming along and how I don't think he's taking the actual information that he's been getting. Let's say when Gruden told him about getting down and actually making sure to take care of yourself, I feel like he's not going to listen, especially when he's such he's relying on his legs because he needs to do everything for himself. Because again, how the drop passes, how he needs to do it all for himself, and then eventually that's going to be Superman and. The best ability is availability, and I don't think he's going to last if he doesn't get the help around him. And honestly, the Giants have not shown that they can put the actual talent around him. And it's going to be sad to see him literally run himself ragged because eventually that's what's going to happen if he doesn't do it.
I understand, Jose. I understand some of the issues, which of course is the skill part. We were condemning Joe Shane going into the season that you didn't have a high-level skill player on the other side of Malik Neighbors, right? Remember at the beginning of the season I was saying he has to get his A.J. Brown? Remember I kept saying that they got to find that guy. They gave, I guess they wanted to give Wan'Dale Robinson a chance and Jalen Hyatt. Those are two draft picks that even, they just want to give him a chance. They've got to find that. They've got to get more skill around him. There's just not enough skill there. The Jets had the same problem. They had Garrett Wilson and who else, right? So you've got to do better by your quarterback. But now that you got the quarterback, now you got to find, put the skill around him, which is why the Giants having a high draft pick this year could be incredibly beneficial. because you could get probably the best skill player on offense available in the draft with so many other people trying to get quarterbacks and defensive players at the top of the draft.
It's true.
Thanks, Jose. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks, Jose.
Let's go to Nick and Emerson. Hey, Nick.
What's going on, boys? How are we today?
Hey.
Hey.
All right, Peter, I got to push back on you here, man.
Go ahead.
I can understand where you're saying, Giants fans, hold your excitement. Don't be claiming he's the guy just yet. I get it. We're 7 games in. However, I distinctly remember a certain Rosenberg coming on a show last year after Jaden Daniels' first 7 games last year and heralding that he's the guy. Why are we supposed to? And if you don't mind, I will gladly read the numbers to you. And if you say, oh, well, the Commanders were 5-2 and the Giants are 2-5 in their starts, I agree with that. The Commanders' wins are against the Giants, the Cardinals, the Bengals, the Browns. Not exactly world beaters. We beat the crap out of the Super Bowl champions. We beat, at the time, people were talking about the Chargers is one of the best teams in the AFC. And you're sitting here telling us Giants fans we should hold off and you're not sure that he's the guy yet when you were doing the exact same thing last year as Jaden Daniels. In fact, Jackson Dart has 7 more touchdowns in his first 7 games than Jaden Daniels did last year. So I think you're a little bit off there. I don't want to.
No, Nick, it's a good. No, Nick, it's a good call. Now, I don't remember exactly where I was after literally 7 games. I don't know. I don't know if at that point I'd already claimed it the way I did as the season went on. Because for some of it, for me, was in the winning down the stretch. I mean, they literally didn't lose like their last 8 games, right? And they had like those 5 under a touchdown wins where he was incredibly clutch, including the Hail Mary against the Bears. So there was a lot of magic there that ended up with them getting to a championship game. So it might be fair to call me a hypocrite if I called it at 5-2. But by the way,
even aged well for you though. It
aged well as the season went on. But now look at me. I'm sitting here in year 2, and again, now maybe it's because of the injury thing, but I go, I think I have the guy.
But you can see the difference, guys. But don't you see the difference is that with the Commanders situation, he was talking like a fan. Now he can talk like an analyst because he doesn't have a heart in it. I don't think you're coming from the perspective of hating on the Giants because it's a rival.
No.
You're looking at it as football guy. But with Daniels, you were looking at it as commander guy. That's okay, right?
It's hard not to.
I'm probably looking at it as giant guy. Allen is probably both of us the least biased because he doesn't have a dog in the fight.
I'm looking at it as I really wish I had a quarterback guy.
But maybe that's
when
your
I see a good one.
You know what?
Stand out.
Your bias, Allen, might be the same bias that Greeny has. Yeah, typical. The Giants got their quarterback, and we're still looking for him. Everybody's got a little heart in their decision, right?
But that's an interesting point about the Greeny thing, because Greeny was so glowing about him that maybe some of that with Greeny is built into like the jealousy part of it, and like he almost is overdoing it because he's in such pain about the Jets. If that makes sense.
Yeah, he just figured. It figures. We thought we had our guy with Rodgers, and the Giants were a mess with Daniel Jones, and look who gets it right again, the Giants. But that's everybody, right?
I don't know how you can't watch those games. You can't remember the games that he has played in this season and not notice. Like, that looks right. It doesn't have to be spectacular.
But
he just has to look. He has to be somebody that definitely has a feel in the pocket, that knows when to go. He just has an instinct. He's got accuracy with his arm, and he can run. He also has a leadership that you could see. Everybody's engaged, locked eyes. Like, you could see that they respond to him. Those, to me, are all the things you can build with and go forward with.
No.
Give me that.
By the way,
I've seen quarterbacks who don't have that in them.
Yes, but everything you're talking about is still potential, because everything you're talking about, we've seen more of it in Trevor Lawrence, in C.J. Stroud, and those guys still have an asterisk of we don't know. So how can people know about Jackson Dart?
Stroud is perfect, right? Because Stroud was amazing his first year.
And by the way, even his step back year 2 that everyone said was so bad, go look at it, guys. It wasn't that bad. Okay, the step back year was not that bad, and people are still so unsure about the Texans. So I just don't know how then the same people through 5 games or whatever it is, 7 with Dart, are like, no, that's it, done deal. I can't. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You got to say it's potential, but we don't know yet. We got to see. Give me at least 1 full year. Otherwise, it's all potential talk.
That's why I'm not arguing with you on this. I'm counterpointing, but I'm not arguing.
I hear
Does that
you.
make
And by the way,
sense?
and I'm not arguing with you because the
it's
potential
fair.
is absolutely there.
Yeah, I think it's there, but you're right. I do think we need to see more. But I wouldn't say that a Giant fan is wrong for thinking we got our guy.
Yes, I think to believe you have it is great. It's just, let me put it this way: if I were a Giant fan, every time I'd say it, it would be like, I think we have our guy.
All right, here's probably the best question to ask a Giant fan, because Daniel Jones won you a playoff game on the road.
Yes.
Did you ever think he was the guy?
No.
Yes.
Anthony has the you. All right, so Don, you said yes.
No,
Anthony said no.
Anthony hates him.
Well, Anthony,
he's broken.
By the way, I
broken
can end this. I can end this conversation right now.
Please do.
Giants are going to have top 5 pick this year.
Right now, yeah.
Are they going to look for a quarterback?
No.
All right. Well, then I think they have their guy.
Right.
They definitely do
and
that.
And the Giants didn't with Jones. They gave him a 4-year contract with an out in 2. However, there were a couple of things at play with Jones that we seem to conveniently forget. Yes, just 15 passing touchdowns and 7 rushing touchdowns, and they were just a 9-win team. However, as fugazi as that season was, outside of Saquon Barkley, there wasn't anybody really to throw the ball to, no real weapons as far as an aerial attack was concerned. They made it work, and he had some injuries to overcome. There's still a part of me that believes that Dable and Shane erred on the side of 2 years because they wanted to see if he could stay healthy. And what happened in that second year? He got hurt again. Yeah. Now, we have a similar situation with Dart, but it wasn't the knee injury, a neck injury. It was 2 different injuries he was sustaining. And it wasn't out of recklessness. It was just out of circumstance. So it was like, all right, is this guy injury prone? Is he too fragile to play the position? But come on, Anthony, in that season, you didn't think potentially they had the guy?
I was never really a big fan.
Okay.
So
well, I can't argue with you, but just knowing you.
I'm not going to do this nobody's going to beat Eli Manning thing. Like, if we're going to reach the standard of a quarterback that never gets hurt, I got news for you. The Giants will never find the quarterback of the future. There's not many guys like Eli Manning who never got hurt or played through injuries that allowed him to play through those types of injuries. For me, I just didn't see it with Jones. He had Odell, and I don't know. And look, with Dart, do I think he's better than Jones? On this team, he is. Not clearly while he's in Indianapolis, but I think that they could have a future with Jackson Dart that I didn't see with Daniel Jones.
No, listen, I agree, but that wasn't the question of who was going to be better, Dart or Jones. But after that 22 season, you had doubts, but didn't you err on the side of, I think we might have something here?
I think we had hope that we had something.
Yeah, well, that's something. For you, that's something.
Hope is nice.
Hope will drive a man insane.
1-800-919-3776. However, right now it's also all about DHRESPN@gmail.com because the judge has entered the chambers and Fraud Friday commences next right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Is college even worth it these days? At Empire State University, it actually is. They are SUNY's leading online university. Flexible, affordable, and built for real life. With more than 120 degree programs, you can study what matters most to you. And students agree. They're ranked #1 in student satisfaction among SUNY schools. Whether you are finishing what you started or starting fresh, your goals are within reach. See for yourself. Visit SUNYEmpire.edu before the next term begins.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Listen up.
It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Just a bad ride at the Tappan Zee Bridge trying to make your way into Westchester County. Just picked up that tour bus fire right at the start of the span. All lanes were blocked for a bit. You're still crawling on the southbound thruway. Not moving much from the Palisades Parkway in Rockland County. Inbound George, about 20 to 30 for the upper deck. Lower level will treat you better, about 10 to 15 minutes. All of your purchase the outbound side are jammed. Not even the Henry Hudson going to help you out. Cross Bronx westbound, slam from White Plains Road on through. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Holland going to run you 45 plus. Long line of brake lights on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Backed up across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Michelle's Moment here for Gainbridge and their Give Back program, Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Fraud Friday, baby.
What is fraud?
Well, we're going to tell you.
Got to get that one in there. No, we got to keep that
No,
going.
the original's the one, though.
Aww,
I'm sorry.
Adorable.
Yeah, the adorable original's the one. What, you want to have, Don, maybe we'll have one day when he's 25, just going, hey, what's fraud? You know, the cute one is the first one.
What is fraud?
Exactly. That's the recent one.
That's the recent one.
But I like the other one.
What, Peter?
What is fraud?
Right. What is fraud? All right, guys, I'll tell you what fraud is. It's driven by Ramsey Mazda. It's the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Speaking of driving, since I'm driving today, I thought let's spice things up and bring Anthony Pusick in here to read us some emails.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, hi, everybody.
There he is.
My role in this has expanded since I went to jury duty, I've noticed.
Oh, yeah. It changed you as a man, fundamentally.
It's just been, it's the experience.
Oh,
Not of driving a Mazda, but simply of just doing this.
That's right. So what do you got for us in the old DHR ESPN Fraud Friday mailbag?
Kyle from New Hampshire, who, if I'm not mistaken, calls into the show from time to time.
Okay.
Don Hahn Rosenberg. Growing up, my mom decided my fandom. She'd gift me Jets gear and my brother Giants gear. That's interesting. Naturally, I gravitated to being a Jet fan. Despite this, my entire family are Giants fans. I was loyal, tuning in on Sundays to watch the repug play of the Jets. Prior to the 2 Super Bowl wins, I decided to switch and never looked back. I assume he means of the Giants. I attended both ticker tape parades, many games, and am most up-to-date on the team in my family. Am I a fraud for joining the family and becoming a Giants fan, or is my mom guilty of raising a fraud? Go Giants. He's trying to avoid jail time.
Well, I'm trying to get the timeline. So he was a Jet fan.
His mother, which I guess we'll have to figure out why she decided, unless she was, give him Jets gear and her brother Giants gear.
It's odd. You have to ask her.
Right. So we don't know that.
But at what point did he decide to change over to the Giants? I need to know.
Prior to the 2 Super Bowl wins.
But I need to know how old he is. I don't have enough information to rule. I'm sorry.
Wow.
People have to.
That's fraudulent.
People, when they have to give me more information here. You know, because let's say he was 5.
I just wrote back to him, more information is needed for a ruling.
Because, again, I gave that the 8 as being the line of demarcation. If he's 20 and flipped over to the Giants, fraud. But if he was 6... Peter, then I can't call him fraud. I'm sorry. I'm a judge of integrity. I need more information. Is that fair? You call me a fraud for not ruling?
No, I think I'm being actually joking. I think it's nothing less fraudulent than not making a fraudulent decision on who's a fraud.
Yeah, you're refusing to bring it to court. You're sending the attorney back to get more evidence.
Yeah, I don't have enough here to rule.
This isn't fraudulent, but I'd like to shout out Megan and her grandma. Hi, Don, Allen, and Peter. I want to thank you guys again. I'm not sure who reads this, so hello, Anthony. Hi. I work and go to nursing school, so I can't listen to the show live. I listen to the podcast with my grandma, who has dementia, and you guys really crack her up. She was an old-school Brooklyn Dodgers fan who was fortunate enough to see Jackie Robinson play at Ebbets Field.
Wow.
My grandma has since become a Mets fan and is a casual fan at best. The only exposure is from the podcast when her and I listen every morning. We start our day laughing together. It's really hard sometimes caring for someone with dementia, and the laughter sometimes is few and far between. Anytime you guys can help me make my grandma laugh makes my day brighter. Her favorite segment's Fraud Friday. Wow. She thinks the drop of Marco saying fraud is him love saying it each time. The world is dark and hers sometimes scary. The glimpse of joy you bring to both of us, I can't thank you all enough. Please enjoy the holidays with your families, and thank you for making my grandma and I smile daily. Megan, thank you and your grandma for listening to us.
This is so unfair.
What is fraud?
That's
I am not going to call Grandma a fraud.
No!
I'm not doing it. Call me a fraud if you want.
Wow. You can't say it just because it's a grandma?
Wow. I'm like that. You ever see that viral video of the judge that just can't give the ticket to the veteran?
Yeah.
Who was taking his son to cancer treatments?
Yeah.
You're a great woman.
That's right.
And you've served your family and your country well. I applaud you in whatever decisions you make.
Wow, this is actually fraudulent now, Alan. No?
Yeah, no, I almost feel like he could be disbarred.
There's medical exemption. There's medical exemptions.
Yeah, he's punting.
All right, listen.
There are medical exemptions.
He's kicking this up to a higher court. That's what I think.
Listen, I got to be honest, all right? Because we just have a world that we need to continue to live in and a heaven that we hope to get to someday. As much as I love this segment and as much as I want to be the best judge possible, I am not going to rule the grandma with dementia whose favorite segment is Fraud Alert Friday, and she shares it with her daughter and is the best part of her day a fraud. Not going to do it. Not doing it.
I think you're missing the point, though.
Not doing it.
She loves the segment because of this.
Not
because
doing
you're
it.
ruling. For you
I
not
don't
to rule,
want to go
you're ruining
to
the segment
By the
for
way,
her.
by the way,
She's sitting there listening, going like, what? No, she wants to be called the fraud because it would be fun.
Hate to break it to everybody. They just said shout out and we love you guys. Never was asked whether or not she was a fraud or not.
Exactly.
Oh,
see, why don't
all
you
right.
pay attention to what's being
All
read?
right, never mind.
But I know you. I want to go to those pearly gates, and I want to get in.
Darn you!
Good luck with that.
Didn't you once talk about if your grandma was quarterback of the Jets or the Cowboys, you'd want her to get sacked?
That's right.
I think it's best right now.
My grandmother had no sense of humor. She never laughed, and she didn't know Fraud Alert Friday, and she didn't have dementia. I'm not going to be that guy. So if that makes me a bad guy, then Thursday, Peter, Allen, make me that guy. I am not going to call this lovely woman, this salt of the earth.
How do you know? By the way, You never know if someone's grandma was horrible. This is
so this is the Jose Reyes rant.
Well, this is like the case.
How do you know the veterans didn't beat their wives?
No, that's not
we
that.
Know!
No,
we know!
No, it's not that. That is not what this comp is, but you are pulling the Michael K of is to be old is to be good. We don't know that. Just because people make it a long way.
She never asked.
I know she never asked, and maybe it was the way Anthony wrote it. She sounds like a great woman. Maybe she was a serial killer.
We don't know.
But you know what? I'm going to err on the side that she's a lovely woman. It's my segment.
There you go.
You know what? I'm going to take it a step further. No fraud.
If we'd like to get to the pearly gates, I think it's best if we move on.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
Tyler says, "Hey guys, love the show. When I was little, I didn't have a favorite football team. My dad was a Vikings fan and my mom was a Cowboys fan. But they never influenced me to cheer for their teams. Instead, I watched football for my favorite players. I like the Chargers because of LaDainian Tomlinson, the 49ers because of Frank Gore, and yes, even the Patriots because of Tom Brady. When I was 14, note the age, we moved to Denver. At that time, Tebow Mania was sweeping the state, and it was hard not to get caught up in the excitement of the team. Game-winning drives, last-minute field goals, and beating the Steelers in the playoffs. It was the most fun I had watching football, and I've been a Broncos fan ever since. Rest in peace, DT. Am I a fraud?"
No fraud. And I'm going to tell you why. You ready?
Do.
You want to know? Do you want to know?
Yes.
Now, I give the line of 8 years old to declare. Because when I ask Marco, who do you root for, he throws out 5 teams. He's got to declare. When I ask him, I'm not really a fan, Dad, well, then take your time. Do whatever you want to do. All right, so there's no age limit to just figuring out when you want to declare. At 14, he decided to declare. Before that, he never declared. If he said, I love the Chargers and I love the 49ers and I root for 2 or 3 different teams, then, blank or get off the pot. Mm-hmm. He was not really a football fan. He rooted for players, and then at 14, going to Denver, he decided to declare. If he is still a Bronco fan to this day, there's no fraud, guys. There's only the age for declaring if you have several teams you're rooting for. But if you're not sure and you don't have a team, then take your time. You can declare at any time. But once you declare, you got to stick with it. Fair? Not that I care about your answer.
See?
I just
why do you ask then? Just
because there might be people out there that do care.
Your Honor,
I've ruled already.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to bring back docket 192.
Okay. He's bringing something back here.
Kyle has responded.
Okay.
His age at the time that he switched over to the Giants, he was 12. Thoughts?
Fraud.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Fraud.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
12 years old. Jets stink. Giants winning Super Bowls. I'll be a Giant fan now.
Pre-Super Bowls, he did switch pre-Super Bowl. That's what he says.
Well, when did he switch? I need a year. Damn these people with the lack of information, man. You know what? We either get no information or a guy will go on 12 pages in his email and I know what color poop he had that morning.
What is fraud?
Can we find a happy medium?
What?
That is troubling.
You know what? He's a fraud. Move on.
He's already made a decision. There it is.
So I've mentioned this one last week on Fraud Alert Friday.
Oh, no.
All right.
This is from no. I mentioned this story, and now we have a fraud question from a listener. Dear DHR, on the morning show, Rick brought up how his son Rocco, a goalie in his own right, chose the number 88 because of Andrei Vasilevsky. Rick's number 39 was taken. However, Dave said he could have selected 93. Is Rocco a fraud for not picking the number 93 to honor his dad and picking 88 for Andrei Vasilevsky?
What? 93 is the reverse of it. Who cares?
For a goal?
Yeah.
What
is it fraudulent to pick Andrei Vasilevsky's number?
What?
Well, the number's not available. And flipping it, that just seems weak to me.
By the way, Rick's number
No
in college
fraud.
was 29. He could have chose that one.
No fraud.
Oh.
All right, nice and easy one.
That shouldn't be fraud.
No.
That's also children's court anyway. George says,
Juvenile.
Hi, George.
I'm 45. Been a
Oh.
Jet fan for 40 years.
Sure.
My big brother was a Giants fan. I'm a Mets guy. Hate the Yankees, but never really hated the Giants. I mean, they only play each other once every 4 years. I do agree with George on that. I just can't watch these Jets anymore. I don't want to waste my limited time in my life being miserable. Life is not long enough, so I'm done watching. And I'll tell you what, if a Giant game is on and it's entertaining, I'll watch that instead. Am I a fraud, or are the Jets frauds?
Well, again,
we
is
know
he
the
rooting
Jets
for
are
the
frauds.
Giants, or is he just, I want to watch the – I'm checked out on the Jets, which I get.
Sounds like
Alan's
done
checked
with
out.
Jets is really what it is.
And is he a Giant fan or just not watching the Jets and just watching the Giants? Because all of a sudden every week now they play at 1 o'clock at the same time. You know what? Fraud.
Wow.
See, now we're getting the fraud
Because
calls
you know,
we need.
because you know why? If it irks. All right, listen, you're out on the Jets. I'm going to go watch the Giants. Why? Because they got a more interesting quarterback. Dude, you picked your team, all right? Sit in it. Sit in your own filth, all right? And maybe one day it'll turn around. All this, I'm tired of giving people the lead. Oh, well, my team's not good anymore. I'm going to go root for somebody else. No, this is what you chose. Stick with it.
In your own
You
filth.
got to sit. You got to sat in it, all right, until the movie's over. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Boogie Nights. You know what? You want to see how the story ends. So you're going to sit in your own filth. You pick the Jets. That's what you get. No, I want to be entertained other ways. No, sorry. And then one day the team's going to turn it around and they're going to win and you're going to feel that much better. But now you're going to feel dirty if you go, I checked out for all those years when watching the Giants because the Jets were bad. You know what? Sit in your stink.
Sit in your stink.
The judge is getting a little
your own filth.
True.
A little ornery.
it's
I think we've
tremendous.
got time for one more.
All right, here we go.
Good.
Thomas says, "Hi, DHR. TJ here again. I saw something that disturbed me, so I had to send it in for judgment from the great fraud judge himself, Don. My father, growing up, was a big Gators fan, always going to games and watching on Saturdays
The college garbage.
Here we go.
and talking mess to FSU fans. Today I saw a picture of him at the FSU game in an FSU shirt and rooting for them with his wife. Is he a fraud?
What
Or
do you
is
mean?
this a zipper key and only that? Disclaimer, he did not go to either of these schools.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Fraud. Because he didn't go to Florida. Stop with this. I root for college teams. You didn't go to the school. Do you understand how things work? You go to a school, you go to the games because you go to that school, you become an alumni, and you root for the team. It just feels weird to root for a school you didn't go to. It just seems stupid.
You're calling
I'm a
out
Gator
Rudy's
fan. You don't
dad.
live in Florida. You didn't go to Florida. And now you're wearing gear from other fraud. I don't get it. I don't understand. I used to have arguments with Brandon Tierney about this because he was a big St. John's fan, even with the Marist. Stop. I'm not saying you can't watch the game, but I'm a big fan of St. John's. Didn't go there? It just seems if you went to St. John's, you'd be like, "What? You don't belong here." What the hell's the matter with you?
So fraud on 2 counts is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it was fraud right away. Oh, the Gators. And what about the Gators did you love so much?
So Don,
What,
so
was he
you
a
know
big
the
Emmitt Smith
movie
fan?
You know the movie Rudy, right?
Does he
Yes.
know it? Kidding me?
Yes.
Well, the whole family of frauds. Not one of them could rub 2 high school diplomas together, and they're sitting there rooting for Notre Dame. Shouldn't even be allowed to go to the game. And he's standing there going, "Oh, it's the greatest day of my life, Notre Dame." Why? Stop it! You didn't go there. Couldn't go there.
My work here is done.
By the way, Kyle
Yeah, that
will
always.
be...
I love that movie, but that always bothered me. The whole family of frauds. Why? Hey, I got an idea. You know what? Pay attention in school. You saw his son wanted to go to Notre Dame. Take your lead. And a whole family of no motivated losers. And Rudy finally said, "You know what? Enough. I'm gonna." That was the motivation. He didn't care about playing in Notre Dame. He wanted to show his stupid father up, sitting there lazy ass. Playing shuffleboard, drinking beers, watching Notre Dame, and then having the audacity. "Oh, I watch the games. I don't see you on the sidelines." No, because you're going nowhere. You're a loser, nobody, nothing. And Rudy finally decided to make something of himself. And you know what he decided to do? Go to the school, right? So he went to Holy Cross, eventually goes to Notre Dame, passed there, graduated, played on the football field. Everybody else, loser. Then they were making fun of him. Stop it. Do something with your life, for God's sakes.
That's it for
Sit
Fraud
and
Alert
then the,
Friday.
And then the brother steals the girlfriend. You don't see, this is almost to the level of Rose. That whole family, the Rudigers were a mess. Real bad people. It was a loser family. Fraud. Finally, the one guy stands up and goes, "You know what? Enough of this loserville. I'm going to make something of myself, damn it."
That was Fraud Alert Friday, folks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All it took was you mentioning. Do you realize that he? Do you realize the line? Do you realize that he threw in? They couldn't rub 2 high school diplomas together.
There's a lot. There was a lot there to unpack, but that's why I'm here, everybody. That's why I'm here.
I never even thought of that till just now. That's always bothered me about that movie.
Oh my
it's
God!
A
every
movie
time you
about
talked,
losers,
Don. Every time you talked about frauds and not going to colleges, Rudy always came to mind. And today I'm like, I gotta ask, and I'm glad I did.
It was buried away in my like.
Look at that.
What is fraud?
Well, right now, you know what Michael K would always say? Let's towel off. Instead, how about we just take a nice bath? Why don't we just do that? And in fact, if you have a bath or
good job.
in your house that is, kind of gross and you never want to use it, especially guests, you don't want them to use it either. I got a place, I got somebody that you can call to fix that problem. That, of course, is my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath in my house. In fact, they took an old, disgusting bathtub, ripped it out, put in a gorgeous shower. They do that too. My sister liked it so much. She had a bath in her house, didn't love it so much, so she called Bath Fitter, and they gave her a beautiful, durable, easy to clean replacement bath in what I think is a solution that you need. It's called the Unique PermaFit solution. It's a watertight fit. This thing's not going to bubble up in like a year. This thing is going to be there forever. You know why I can tell you that with full confidence? Because they give you a lifetime guarantee. Now, right now is a great time to do it. Number one, it's holiday season. You're going to have people over your house. You're going to have guests, maybe even going to stay over, family. You want to have a bath that they can use, that you can be proud of, and they won't be like, did you see the bath in this guy's house? No, I'm going to get a hotel next time. Well, then again, maybe you want them to take a hotel. I don't know, but if you're close with your family, you want them to stay with you. So we've got deals for you. First and foremost, here's the easy part. No money down, no payments, no interest for 18 months. So you pay no interest until April of 2027 if you have this work done on your house. But right now, we add to this. You can also save up to $800 on a complete Bath Fitter system. So you have all that going for you, which is nice. So we want you to take advantage of all this. Of course, the lifetime guarantee, which is a big part of it as well. So just go to their website or call them for details on this Black Friday savings I just told you about. You can trust the Bath Fitter team just like we all did. Start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com because there's only one Bath Fitter. So, Fraud Friday was special. Wait for the splash. Fraud Friday was special. We have calls to get to at 800-919-3776. And we're going to talk with you next. Stay with us. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
The Fall Savings Event continues this November at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $169 per month or the 2025 Mazda CX-5 Select for as low as $229 per month and get as low as 0.9% APR financing rates on select models. Plus, enjoy 1 year complimentary of Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Your fantasy roster is set. The smack talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Spike Day, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
All right, well, now we have a show, folks. You know, things were underway. We were doing some things.
We were talking sports.
We talked some sports. I enjoyed some of the sports talk. But now Don has unleashed on to people who root for college teams without going to the college.
Oh, let's do this.
He's unleashed on the Rudigers. A real family, by the way, not a fictional movie.
No.
True.
So he went right after the real people, Alan.
Now, but he got it going. If you watch at the end of the movie, that they all started going to college after that. He broke the seal. He overcame it.
But did they start going to Notre Dame or just college?
I don't know. I barely know that. It was just, it might even been made up. I don't know. I love the movie.
Rich in Rockville wants to challenge Don. Rich?
All right, first of all, Don, I'm not coming at you. Huge Devils fan. Love you and your calls. Anyway, so I went to Raanan University, Jersey, obviously. We don't have a football team. I just started dabbling in sports gambling. One particular team made me tons of money through sports gambling. It was 2007. It was Leinart. It was Bush. You couldn't make that first half over high enough. Tons of money. So I adopted them as my team. Since 2007, I've been rooting for them. It hasn't been great, but I've adopted them as my team. So if, like, my school doesn't have a team, I can't adopt a team and have a reason to stick with them.
It just the whole premise that you got into them for gambling. I don't know. Have at it. Have fun. I just don't think it's anything real. It's not like rooting for a professional team. Listen, you're a fan. Okay. I just find it weird.
It's yo-yo. It's yo-yo is what you're saying. Now,
listen, they made you money. I mean, I root for Rutgers. They're down the street from my house. Carlin calls their games, but I'm not a fan. You know, wearing jerseys, I'd like to see them do well, but how could you have your heart in it, Peter? Like, honestly, if you went to Maryland, so you're going to feel an attachment there. You choose to go to Maryland.
Well, but how about this, for example? Ballard texted during the break and said, you know, his parents met and fell in love at Michigan and were graduates of Michigan, and he grew up a big Michigan fan, went to Ann Arbor, the whole nine. It was like a family thing.
Right.
Then he went to Villanova. Became a big Villanova guy.
Don't you see what's going on?
Fraudulence.
Don't you see what ends up happening? It lends to it because of that. That'd be stupid for him to go to Michigan if he felt that Villanova was the better school because that's where his parents met and he was a fan. Right? But so that's the reason why I think, like, rooting for colleges he did go to, it leads to the fraudulism. Because now he's got to root for Villanova because he went there, but he feels like, well, I rooted for Michigan there. Don't you see the impropriety that is created by doing this? You pick a pro team, that's it.
Yeah, what it does there, though, of course, is the loyalty factor, right, Don? Like, because I jumped from one to another very easily, and that just you don't accept that.
It lends to it.
You don't accept that. Look, I guess the idea of going to a school and you can root for them then is because you're invested not only emotionally but financially.
Right.
Like you have a real investment, a real connection. I always wondered what people, like if you were somebody that did go to Notre Dame and there are people that are just fans of Notre Dame but never went there.
Right. Well,
how do you look at them when they're like they talk so much about Notre Dame? You're like you don't even have any blood in the ground.
I'll give you the example. All right, whatever school that pulls off the big upset, like I guess it was yesterday or the day before, was the 30th anniversary of when Boston College beat Notre Dame. Remember that? They had the big upset.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I think that game might have been at Notre Dame. I'm not 100% sure. But let's just say for sake of argument it was a Boston College. And the fans all stream onto the field. Big moment. They take the goalpost down, right? They march it down to the student center. Wouldn't you look like a yo-yo if you were running on the field and you didn't go there? Like all the students are doing that, and there you are, some 40-year-old who never went to college or you went to BU, and you're jumping up and down going, woo! You'd be like, get off the field.
But how about this? What if you grew up in that town, your family has a business in the town that does benefit from the school being in that town?
Okay.
What if you were just a townie?
Oh, come on. You cannot grow up in Chapel Hill and not be a North Carolina fan.
That's not true. That's not true.
No, I mean, I'm saying you can if you're weird, but most people, if they grow up in Chapel Hill, are Carolina fans.
But in the triangle, the whole area down there, like
depending which one you're in.
To pick,
I get that. All right, you grew up in Chapel Hill, worshiping North Carolina, but you decide to go to college at NC State.
Well,
sorry. Right? You know what I mean?
Well, but by the way, what if
That's a rival.
What if you go to NC State and you go, yeah, I go to college here, and guess what? Still a Carolina fan.
That'd be fraudulent, right?
That's not fraudulent. Not if you stick to it.
That's not great, though.
What do you mean not great? Why?
What's your reason to go to State? Is it just
cheaper? It happens to be. Yeah, sure. It happened to be the place.
Has your major better than what Chapel Hill has? Maybe.
Sure. Whatever reason it was.
If you are a North Carolina fan, there's no way you're going to State. You're just not going there. You'll go to another school instead.
If for some reason you're into radio, they got a better radio school, better communication school than NC State. And you choose that's a smart, normal thing to do. But once you do that, then I'm sorry, you got to give up the whole North Carolina thing, man. But if everything's equal and you go to another school, then that would be fraudulent. I'm not saying you got to choose your school because that's who you root for. But if it's that ingrained in your psyche, the whole family makes money there, and it's time to go to college, why wouldn't you go to North Carolina?
Peter, can you take Andrew? I want to see him argue with Don on this.
Yeah, let's hear from Andrew in Long Beach. Hey, Andrew.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for taking my call. Don,
Sure.
I got to flip your logic upside down a little bit.
Here we go.
So
Okay.
I grew up a huge St. John's fan, right?
All right.
Yeah.
And I love them when I was a kid, just like Jets, Knicks, Yankees, right?
Okay.
So then, as my collegiate path unfolds, I end up going actually to play basketball at Division III school. So obviously, that has no impact on St. John's. I would be a fraud, in my view, if I abandoned my St. John's fandom as I grew older. I'm staying solid with St. John's. I love the Johnnies, and Peter, you began to touch on this a little bit. Also, there's a geographical aspect. I'm a New York guy. St. John's a New York college team.
I just don't. Listen. You're not a bad guy. I'm just saying. I just don't get it. Why didn't you go to St. John's?
Well, it's done.
Because
it's
you
like
couldn't
a boat
afford
team.
to, or I don't want to get in your pocket. But why didn't you go to St. John's?
No, I ended up playing basketball at a Division III school in Massachusetts. I wasn't good enough to play at St. John's, but I was good enough to play at the Division III school. But the point is that the reason I love St. John's is because I fell in love with St. John's basketball when I was a kid, and I just stuck with it like any team you love.
I see that. I get it. I mean, at least those times the players stayed for 4 years. But which is so weird with colleges is. Listen, Lou Carnesecca was there forever, so it's a little bit different. But the way these coaches change, the players change every 2-3 years. It's like it's odd to fall in love with a school when you're under those circumstances. But you did, and you're a fan, so I guess I get it a little bit more under those circumstances. But I still just how you could be that passionate about a school the same way you were about the New York Yankees, where at least the players stuck around for a while, and it's a professional friend. I don't know. It it's weird. It's just not something that I
like.
really get.
We got to
go
go
beyond just the school, though.
I get Andrew's thing. Andrew, I got you here, and because we got to run. But Andrew was a basketball player, couldn't play at St. John's, right? But he wanted to play college basketball, so he went Division III, but still maintained his. Like, he loved St. John's, so after he was done with school, he continues. I don't think there's anything. I don't think that's fraud.
No,
he
what are you
made
gonna
a
do?
choice that was based on his own personal career.
Yeah, you're not
that
going to
was
spend
better
your
for him.
life rooting for your Division III team that you played for. Now, but whichever team you root for, you could bet on all of them at FanDuel.
Certainly can.
Because FanDuel Friday is turning up with NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30. That's today, folks. FanDuel's dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all that there to bring that Friday energy, baby, from 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 and over, physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, LEG requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-OPEN-WIRE. Text OPEN-WIRE 467-369. Now, 5 o'clock hour. Oh, you kidding me? Plus ENN. Now the phone line's completely on fire with college fraud talk. It's Don Hahn Rosenberg.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S0754711. MSRP $31,070. Zero security deposit. Ends 12/1/25.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Still have some heavy delays over at the Tappan Zee Bridge trying to make your way into Westchester County. Earlier this afternoon, a tour bus fire right at the start of the span was out there for a while. Backed up on the southbound thruway from the Palisades Parkway. Heading into Rockland there, just a ton of extra company on 287 westbound. Hitting the brakes from 22 in White Plains. Busy travel day with the upcoming holiday. Inbound George going to run you about 30 to 40 for both the upper and lower decks. No easy way to the outbound side. Deegan northbound slammed heading over to the Cross Bronx. Starting to back up across the Triborough into Queens and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet at 20 to 30. Outbound Holland going to run you close to an hour. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
The post-crib assembly press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Halfway through on this Friday evening, Don Hahn Rosenberg, as Alan and Don would like to say 5:03 in the big city. You want to do it, Don?
Let's get the exact time. Yeah, 5:03 in the big city.
There you go. Alan, you want to give it a shot?
Different.
It's 5:04 now, though.
Sydney. Sit, you stink.
I'm good.
True.
Don, you've ignited a conversation, and it's gonna have to continue into the 5 o'clock hour.
I love this.
Are you guys comfortable, Alan? You want to just keep rolling with this?
I think we have done really good sports talk radio the last 2 days.
Yeah.
This has really been special, and this conversation is a thread on a sweater. I love this. So yes, Don, are you good with it?
Yeah, it's how I feel. And again, don't take fraud too personally.
Right, that's also part of it. I was a fraud. I was a fraud in some ways. I grew up loving Georgetown. Went to Maryland. Immediately became a Maryland fan. Never really thought much about Georgetown again.
Hey, some of my best friends, like Dave Rothenberg, huge Georgetown fan. They wouldn't have him.
Complete fraud. Now you would also agree, for the record, in terms of degrees of fraudulence, Dave's much more severe. Growing up in the D.C. area and rooting for Georgetown makes some semblance of sense. It's a big team down there. They played at the Capitol Center. You know what I mean? Like it was. Yeah. And by the way, and the pro team's the Bullets, so you don't have a pro team. You basically don't have a pro team. So it was Georgetown in the years
and I get
post.
it, big personalities and stuff.
John Thompson, that's coach. You just called him coach.
Yep.
Listen to him on the radio every day.
I get it, but like when you celebrate, all I'm saying is the weirdness of it. Like the analogy that I gave about storming the field or the court after a big win. When your pro team
at Georgetown,
wins,
you stormed the Capitol after a big win.
If you're a Giant fan, they get a big win, they got the parade, whatever. You're all celebrating together, right? Generations of Giant fans all getting together.
Sure.
One no better than the other in the eyes of the Lord.
Okay.
All right.
That's how I describe it.
But Georgetown wins the national championship. You're gonna feel like you belong among alum and students. And professors there that are all like invested in this.
Thing.
Aren't you gonna feel less than?
That's a really interesting point. As a little kid, no, I wouldn't have.
No, not as
well, because you can't because you're not eligible.
But as a 25-year-old who would have already graduated from Maryland, yeah, and that's the Ballard point, for example. I get why Ballard loved Michigan growing up. But once you go to Villanova.
Wow.
Once you go to Villanova,
right. That's when, I would just think it would go
kills
away.
It because,
I would think it would go away.
Because at that point, if Michigan wins and you're celebrating, people are, you went here and you're 38 years old. You go, no, I went to Villanova. Well, what are you doing here?
Right.
Now listen, Michigan's playing in the final, and Villanova was in the NIT. They're an afterthought. Yeah, sure, you have every right to say I'm pulling for Michigan. No problem.
Well,
but dressing up in the gear and
I guess that's the point I would have
silly.
to the caller who said that he loved St. John's, loved them as much as he did the professional teams in New York. He wasn't good enough to play at St. John's, went to a Division III school. I would think he'd lose the passion for St. John's as he started playing college someplace else. I'm not saying you don't love them anymore or hate them or not watch them, but I would think you would lose a little. You got to at least give me it's different than rooting for the pro teams, isn't it? And
that was my experience, Don.
Yeah.
I grew up, I was a St. John's fan. I went to games as a kid. I went to Alumni Hall. I had a relative who did go to St. John's, so that also was a part of the attraction, but it was all about, those really good teams in the 80s and how special it was and how they could sell out the Garden. I loved all that stuff. And I wanted to be a walk-on at St. John's. I wasn't good enough to be recruited, but I wanted to be a walk-on. Parents couldn't afford it. So, I had to get a scholarship somehow, and the only thing I could do was Division II. Right. So once I played college basketball, I stopped watching St. John's as a fan and rooting and all that stuff. And once that was over with, I really never did reconnect the same way I did when I was, 12 years old and 14 years old and, going to games because it was fun and they were St. John's. That never came back. So what you're saying happened to me. It didn't happen to Andrew. For right. Andrew, he always kept it. For me, it slipped away.
But that's what I would ask. If you're celebrating with a bunch of students and alumni, wouldn't it feel a little off?
Especially if you played somewhere else.
Right, you played somewhere else.
As a player, you're like, I guess
that's,
do that now.
That's the best way I could describe it. It doesn't make you a bad guy. I don't even know if fraud's the right word for it.
Not a bad guy.
It just I would feel like, do I really belong here? We're all gathered. We're all partying. A bunch of guys that went to school. Hey, where do you? Oh, I'm 76. Oh, I'm 84. I'm 92. Where'd you go? I didn't go to St. John's. I I went to Ramapo. Oh, okay. And wouldn't you feel like, all right, now everybody's kind of turned their back on you. They're starting to talk amongst each other, and then you feel like, all right, I'm going to finish my beer and
He's
go.
not one of us.
Yeah. Right. Maybe that's wrong. I'm just telling you, my personal, I would feel like I didn't belong.
How do I do this now? Because my school is Long Island University CW Post, which was Division II. That's the Long Island campus.
Mm-hmm.
LIU was Brooklyn, always in Brooklyn. They have since merged into one sports entity. So all the post history is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And I am an alum of LIU, but like the Sharks are the team. And Anthony enjoyed a nice win by Fordham over my Sharks because we couldn't make a three. But you see what I'm doing there? I'm saying we, because it's the only connection I have. I am an alum, but I didn't play for the Division I program, but the Division I doesn't exist anymore. What do I do there? Is that my team or not?
I know, it's weird because I had a similar – there was actual conversation like 20 years ago after I had long graduated from college. I don't know if it ever really came close, but there was talk that Rutgers was going to take over all of the Jersey state schools. So it would be Rutgers at Ramapo, Rutgers at William Patterson, Rutgers at Glassboro, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking – well, would I be able to declare myself a Rutgers alum if they did that? I'd probably try, but then somebody would say, "Oh, when'd you graduate?" "Oh, that was back. I graduated in '92." "Oh, well, that was before the merge." Get out of here, kid.
Yeah.
I don't.
So I do
know.
feel like a fraud. Like they have me around. I try to do a lot of things with the Rock Nation School. I love being part of it, from the broadcasting side of things. But I do have this fraudulent feel because, like, I'm a pioneer. I wasn't a Shark. I wasn't a Blackbird. I was a pioneer. Like, and that doesn't exist. It was erased from the record. It doesn't exist anymore.
I know.
And so part of me,
Sad.
it's like I feel like I was like my parents got one of my parents got married, and I'm now in that family, but I'm not really a full like sibling with the other kids. Like, it feels weird to me.
Let's go to Antonio in Tampa who has a question. Hey, Antonio.
Hey, thank you for taking my call, by the way. So, Don, I was wondering, I grew up idolizing Reggie Bush. I was from the tri-state area, though. All my teams, I'm a Yankees, Rangers, Knicks, and Eagles fan. I actually want to bring that up quick, too, in a sec. But, so I kept on being a USC fan to this day. I'm 29 years old now. So I was about 6 to 8 or so. Maybe a little older than that, around the years that Reggie Bush was. I felt like he was our generation's kind of like Steph almost, where it was like just, superstar.
Right.
I was wondering, what is your take on staying with the childhood fandom players? Because I was going to say, I'm New York everything else, but I'm an Eagles fan because of Donovan McNabb, because he was a lot more cool to watch than Kerry Collins. So,
wow.
Yeah, so
well, it sounds like you're motivated by because why didn't you become a Saints fan after Bush left USC and went to New Orleans?
It was easier to root for, or I guess it is easier to root for players specifically in the league rather than the whole team. I could want Reggie Bush to have a good performance against the Eagles, for example, but I'd still want them to win.
I just think you're more motivated by play. Like you're not a fan of USC, you just like Reggie Bush. You don't like the Eagles. You just like Donovan McNabb, and I don't relate. Listen, I had favorite players, but that's not what motivated me to root for my favorite team. So
yeah, I was always able to. It's interesting. I love players. I love teams. At certain times, my favorite player in a sport would be on my team. At other times, I might not have like that player on my team who I was obsessed with, so I'd enjoy a player on another team, but it would never make me root for that team. Like, I loved Iverson on the Sixers. I never rooted for the Sixers.
No, and
just wanted to watch Iverson play.
I loved Barry Sanders. I never became a Lions fan, but I did enjoy watching him play. Now, it's different with trucks. You could have a favorite truck and not necessarily get your gas at Hess, per se, right? So the Hess truck is back, and it's better than ever. Two racers, one amazing holiday gift. The 2025 stock car racers are loaded with action-packed features, including 67 animated lights, 5 realistic sounds, and a pullback motor, available exclusively at HessToyTruck.com for $49.99 with free standard shipping and batteries included.
You're very good.
That was an effort. I'll give you that.
No, he nailed it.
That was an effort.
Thank you.
I think I have a box of Hess trucks in the attic somewhere that Zach used to have. I got to go find them now.
Steve in the car, you've been on hold for a while to talk about Tool tickets?
Really?
Oh.
What's happening, fellas?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, you were just, you're talking earlier about some of the concert tickets that you guys have given away in the past and how the bands aren't all that great. But I did actually win Tool tickets from you guys. And the Pinhead suit, when he sent me the email, I will say he sounded like he had half an idea of who Tool was when I did win them. And then I talked to my buddy, and Peter, to your point about how these bands are not all that great. I said, hey, you want to go see Tool? I won the tickets. And he gave me the Michael K. Okay, yeah, I'll play along. Like this has got to be a gag or something. But you guys do give away some good stuff. I won Seinfeld tickets from you as well.
There you go. See, now, and by the way, I don't want to disrespect Tool. I'm not saying the bands aren't good. I'm just saying they're random. They're just a little random.
Yeah,
that's all.
I do love Tool.
I don't know Tool very well.
Toolbox Shakur.
No, that's not.
You never heard Sober? They have a lot of really good stuff.
I'm sure I know one of the big, some of the big stuff. Let's go to Charles in Jersey. Hey, Charles.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, man.
I really do appreciate you taking my call.
Thanks, man.
Listen, Don, I don't think you really understand what you did tonight with this conversation.
Okay.
It's a real full circle moment for me. Just going back to how I became a fan of you and this entire station, to be honest, and this time spot in particular with the OK Show. You guys had a conversation long ago. This is back when, ironically enough, I was in. I went to Hudson County College. No team to speak of, by the way.
Okay.
And you guys were ragging on a guy that I didn't even know who it was about being a fan of Georgetown and not actually going there. And it turns out that that's Dave Rosenberg. And it was just just hilarious to me how you guys would just have the conversation with you and Michael, and how how great you guys were on the radio, and it truly made me a fan of you. And I've been listening ever since. Honestly, to you guys, the station, from Hahn and Humphrey, everything. So, it's just really been a full circle moment for me, and I just needed to get that out.
Oh, man.
That is cool.
It was really great to hear that. It was really great to, that conversation get brought up.
We do sometimes recycle material, but we got a different host here in Allen, and
our topics come back around because human beings do talk about this is an interest point for you. You've always felt strongly about the college fanship. I think there's a certain part of it's on brand with your fraudulence talk. There's also a certain part of not relating to it because, you went to Ramapo. You didn't have, one particular college around you that would have made sense to root for. I guess Rutgers, you're a Jersey guy. You could have just been like,
I'd like
Rutgers
to see
guy.
them do well. I'll root for them when they're on. And, again, I know Carlin and I know Recco does the basketball, so I'll root for them. But here's the equivalent that nobody wants to say. This is the dirty little secret.
Go ahead.
We wouldn't have this conversation if we were talking about the Scranton Yankees or the Somerset Patriots, right? Or the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, whatever. Minor league baseball. Would we have that conversation? Would we be talking about the Westchester Knicks?
As far as what? Being a fan of them?
Well, that's what college is. College, I know they're getting paid now, but it's minor league.
Yeah.
It's minor league basketball.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
So I know it's very popular, and you got the tournament and everything else. But
you could
the
argue
other thing is, if you're a Knicks fan and St. John's fan, you are rooting for the lower level.
But you could argue that where college sports is today with NIL, with the portal, with the ability to bounce around, that it really is professional adjacent.
True, but minor leaguers get paid.
Their connection to the school is basically in a name and a logo. And saying they're student athletes is hysterical.
But the idea is I root for a college because I went there. Or my son goes there, or my daughter goes there. You're not rooting passionately for minor league baseball or minor league hockey teams. Why? Because it's a lower level.
Yeah.
Now, college basketball is a lot more popular, but the popularity comes from People went to that school.
Yeah,
nobody went to
there.
the Somerset Patriots. You weren't a Patriot, but you were a Johnny.
But I will argue, though, that there are just regionally around the schools, even though some people didn't go, and maybe some people didn't have the education to go or the money to go, but they still are fans because regionally that school was bigger than any other thing going on in town or in the state. Like if you're in Alabama, if you're
but I'm not. I'm in New York.
No, you're not. We're in New York, where you have you have options at professional level. But think of some of the schools that's the professional team. In Iowa, what do you got in Iowa other than Iowa or Iowa State?
I would not get on somebody who grew up in Alabama that, Roll Tide and never went there.
Okay.
As much as like in New York,
so this is a New York
where
thing.
all our sports are represented professionally, right? I guess that's what made. I guess that's
so you
why
need
it's
to make
different
that
for
clear
me in
to
New
a
York.
lot of people that would make the argument of you can't be, like you mean if you're in a major metropolitan area that has professional sports,
right?
That the idea of you being a fan of a college team somewhere else makes no sense.
It would be odd to sit there and I'm a big Giant, Nick, Ranger, and Somerset Patriot fan.
Right.
What's the difference?
Yeah,
I know one's more popular than the other, but one of the reasons it's more popular is because people go to that school, and that's why they root for it.
Yeah,
but when you really look at it technically, I'm not trying to devalue college basketball or college football, but you are watching a lower level.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. I'm just looking at it as some of these schools are basically like keep towns alive and all that stuff. So that's why you have fans.
And I don't know. I don't know if I'd have this opinion if I lived in Mississippi or Alabama or Arkansas or something like that. Because
you wouldn't.
Yeah, there is no professional.
If you
team.
lived in an SEC region, there's just no chance you would have this opinion. Just by the way, because you brought it up, who's Rutgers playing this weekend?
Ohio State.
Number 1. Do you know what the spread is in this game?
It's got to be, 45?
45 is a little high. Peter, you want to guess?
Give me 29.5.
All right, that's too low.
Oh. 35.
32.5.
Wow.
32 and
for the record, that is part of what you just said is part of why no matter how much at the beginning of the year I say I'm going to get into college football, this is why I don't do it.
You know
this is a conference game, by the way.
Right. That's the thing.
Conference game.
It's not just that these things are scheduled.
It's even better. ESPN Analytics to win. Matchup predictor. Rutgers, 3.1% chance. And by the way, they're a plus 3,500. Would you?
Well, I mean, why not? It's $10. They're doing it, but
I could drop.
But it's not bad enough
out of my pocket tonight.
It's not bad enough that the first half of the college season you just have weeks where teams are playing Mount St. Mary's and are favored by 70 because they set their own schedule.
Right.
But then you get late in the year and you have conference games with 32-point spreads.
That's the problem.
I know how big it is to our company. I know how big it is to America. If I am sitting around bored in a hotel room, Don, like you, on a Saturday night, and I see football playing and the game's close, I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
Overall, I just want to say again, I'm good.
It pains.
I'm good.
But it pains
Noon
me
on Fox, everybody.
that on November 20,
I get to watch Portnoy first?
Yeah.
Double whammy.
But I can live with week 0, right? The Saturday before Labor Day.
Well, yeah, because you're football horny at that point.
Nebraska takes on Pacific, and the spread's 32.5.
Sure.
But when it's November 22nd and it's a conference game, and you're 32.5 points,
what are we doing?
That's sad, man.
What are we doing, man?
But Rutgers, all they have to do, even if they get their heads handed to them, which they will tomorrow,
lose by 30.
If they can win at home against Penn State, and Penn State hasn't won a conference game, and they just fired their coach, they could get a bowl game.
All right, and now
that's
point number 2. And then Don makes point number 2 of why I hate college football. You could lose by 50 this week. In fact, it's likely. But if you win a yo-yo game the next week, you get a bowl game. What does the bowl game mean? Nothing.
No, well,
absolutely
it's good for the
nothing.
school.
It means sponsors,
they'll play the pinstripe.
Sponsors get money
for
school
the school.
gets money,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. Yeah, they will
But it's
play
yo-yo.
at the
Pop
Pinstripe
Bowl
Bowl.
matters. How dare you?
Or I don't know how you pronounce it. I always said poinsettia, but some people say poinsettia bowl, something like that.
It's poinsettia.
I always said poinsettia, but you do hear poinsettia.
Who says poinsettia?
Highbrow yo-yos,
Really?
or maybe they're doing it right. You've never heard poinsettia?
I don't know if I have. I know one thing. Texas A&M minus 54.5 this weekend against Samford. Georgia minus 43.5 against Charlotte. Real quick, just for fun, Anthony. Oh, and they don't have money line, huh? Money line's locked on those, I'm guessing.
But how would you? What would you give? The Hope Diamond? Like what would you offer people on the money line?
I know.
When you're getting 43.5 points.
If you pick Sanford and they win, they dig up the corpse of Michael Jackson's monkey Bubbles and deliver it to your house.
Right. And you do what you want with it. Hang it up.
By the way, poinsettia is blamed on New Yorkers.
Really?
That everywhere else it said poinsettia.
Alabama 50.5, Eastern Illinois.
Oh,
another one. The sports yo-yo. Let's just be honest about it. All right, we take a break. We got so many calls to get to. We got ENN coming up at 6. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hey, it's Michael K. talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, get Black Friday deals throughout the store. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Who knew caffeine could taste this good? With 5-Hour Energy Shots, caffeine just got a serious flavor upgrade. We're talking big flavor, from watermelon to strawberry banana to sour apple. Packed into a tiny 2-ounce bottle, you'll get as much caffeine as 12-ounce premium coffee with 0 sugar and also 0 crash. And with 17 bold flavors to choose from, there's a shot for every mood. Find your favorite flavor in-store today or grab a variety pack online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon and give your caffeine a flavor upgrade.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Really no easy way to get around right now, and especially tough if you're heading inbound across the Hudson River. George, both the upper and lower decks going to run you close to an hour. A little bit better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Inbound Lincoln and Hull and Sunnels, at least a 45-minute ride. Heading over to the outbound, George, all of your approaches are jammed. Cross Bronx westbound will cost you at least an hour from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 30 to 40. Outbound Hull going to run you an hour plus. Just packed on the LIE eastbound, trying to make your way over to Jericho Turnpike in Nassau County. Bumper to bumper from the BQE in Queens. Slow crawl on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Backed up across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Oh, there it is. This is one of the best bands ever, seriously. You know the song, Peter?
Listening.
It goes on for a bit. I don't know. It's worth staying for. So good. Early 93, 94, something like that. So, I enjoy it. I don't know how Alan feels.
Is it a Tool vehicle also?
This is.
I like this. Vehicle, yes. Not a big Tool fan, but I like this.
But this hasn't nearly kicked in. He picked a tough song because we could be here for.
Yeah, once it hits though, it's definitely good. Yeah,
okay.
It takes a minute.
Here he goes. But it'll really kick in. Here we go. They got a whole song about California sinking into the Pacific Ocean, if that's something to float your boat.
Pun intended.
I like your play on words there.
Yeah, a lot there.
Yeah.
Showers and tidal waves, followed by fault lines that cannot sit still, followed by millions of dumbfounded dip. You know what? Some say the end is near. Some say we'll see Armageddon soon. I certainly hope we will.
So uplifting.
She could have used a vacation from this. Basically just telling people that live in California, learn to swim, because he's hoping that the whole state
just watch
sinks
out.
into the Pacific
Yeah.
Ocean.
All right, well, before we...
I'm a fan, though, of the state. I don't know why they went that far.
Well, listen, maybe he had a different experience. Let's go to our friend Felicia and M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, PPI.
No, humpback.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey, I've got a couple of quick points if you let me. But the main reason I called was, Don, you already ruled on it, but I had a totally different perspective before I moved to Mississippi about college football. I'm still not really a big fan, but I have, of course, tons of friends, and my in-laws are, massive fans. They tailgate, and some of them went there, some of them didn't, like Ole Miss. It's just different because there's no professional sports whatsoever around us. I mean, we have the Grizzlies, but we don't have, there's the Titans, but nobody really roots for them, to be honest, in Mississippi. So that was kind of my point, but I know you hit on it like right after Anthony got me on hold. But real quick, I was trying to get through the last 2 days. I had a really funny story about the Winnipeg Jets. So it was funny to me. So we went to, my best friend and I went to the Jets game in against the Titans last year. And there was like a whole section of people in Winnipeg Jets gear.
Really?
Like, I really wanted to go say something to them and like, are they from Winnipeg? And just like, we're like, cool, the Jets are here and we'll go support our team too. I don't know. Maybe they're from, it was just weird. I wanted to say something to them, but I never had the opportunity and didn't want to be
I wish you did.
Like, hey,
I'd love to know the origin story. You know what it sounds like? Just a bunch of people being that guy.
Well, that's the whole New York radio thing, right? When the Winnipeg Jets come to town, did they go hang out with the Jets? When the San Francisco Giants come to town, did they hang out with the Giants?
Yes, that's
that's an old thing. So maybe it's become a real thing.
Maybe, but it's just kind of funny because they're such an obscure team. It was the immediate team I thought of even as such a big hockey fan as my team that I forget about. And then just last thing, I know you guys got other people on hold, but I just want to say, go Islanders! I'm so feeling this team. Like
what a road trip, Felicia! What a road trip that was. 6-1.
6-1. That's not nothing, man. Beat the Rangers, beat the Devils. The only team you lost to is Colorado, and they've only lost one game in regulation.
And that was a hell of a game.
And that was a really good game.
You didn't embarrass yourself. Yeah. No, they're on the right track, which is really good to see. And you got to give credit to Matthew Darsh, obviously, but also what Patrick Waugh's done. They've had to really get a lot of those veterans back on track. He did, and then you can't argue with the fact that Schaefer's really been a force multiplier.
All right, new drinking game, Don.
Yep.
You know what the drink.
Second time I did that on purpose. Second time I used it.
But it's been picking up all week, Don.
But you know what it does though, Peter. What it does is that it tells me you're listening. That's what it tells me.
You if you don't know, once I perk up. What's the other one? What are the? Can someone please?
Blood in the ground.
Blood in the ground is big.
Plant your flag.
Plant your flag.
I haven't said plant your flag since we started.
But that's a you thing.
That was years ago.
But blood in the ground almost replaces plant your flag because they're similar.
Yep.
Yes.
They're related. Force multiplier's new, but there's another one. If you can remember other Alanisms, please let us know. We got to get the drinking game going here.
I would love to get a drinking game going. What would you like? What's the choice?
What do you mean?
I've got several behind me, so we could just pick.
Oh, fire it up, baby!
Well, Tully do. We've done those reads. I have that.
Are you trying to say it's 5:34 and it's Tully time?
I mean, could be.
Is it legal? We have to ask the FCC. Alan's home. If we played a drinking game and he just got hammered on the air at home.
Legal? I think it's completely legal. He's not functioning the radio station.
Also have Bodega Cat. We could get some of this going.
I tried the Bodega Cat recently.
Yep. We have some of that.
It was nice.
Do you have plans tonight? True.
Yeah, but none of your business.
Oh, okay. Well, then. No.
There's no games for me to go to tonight. So
nice lives.
Yeah, I don't know anything about what you're saying.
You lost him.
Little Phil's Pizza tonight, and then just chill.
Right.
The old Phil's Pizza and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. Seen that move before.
Phil's Pizza is the spot in Syosset. Shouting them out.
All right, let's.
Oh, you're hitting the spot tonight.
Oh yeah.
Mold that mattress, man.
Hope so.
Let's go to Jeffrey in Irvington. Hey, Jeffrey.
What's up, Mike? Alan, Don, Peter. How are you guys?
Hey, buddy.
All right, so I think I might have a good claim for this argument here. So for backstory, 25 from New York, went to St. John's, lived here my whole life. You know, dad's from here, my mom is not, but I'm a big time Notre Dame football fan. Wanted to go there as like my dream school undergrad, did not end up applying. Got denied from some other schools. I was like, I don't want to waste more money on these applications, and so I went to St. John's. 3 years down the line, did decent in college. Grades were a little bit better than high school. I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a chance. I have some friends that were out there. Let's see what happens. So went through the process, and I did end up getting in for grad school.
Hey now.
Didn't ultimately end up going. Was way too much money for the 1 year, so I just ended up doing the fifth year at St. John's. But was a diehard fan probably from, 10, 11 years old. Still am to this day. And I'd say the reason, obviously we have, as Don mentioned, all the sports here in New York, but don't have college football around here. None of the, I guess the closest would be Syracuse or Rutgers. Never was a big fan. So that was kind of how the fandom started for me. And, still to this day, I am not a Notre Dame basketball fan, to be clear. Big time Johnny's fan, watch all 35, 40 games and watching every one of them. But for football, I do still watch all the Notre Dame games and big fan on that end.
All right, so I'll ask you, if you went to a Notre Dame game.
Yes.
And you're sitting in the student section and all the fans are excited. They have a big upset win over Ohio State, say, and you charge wouldn't you feel out of place? You didn't go there. Like when you're talking and hanging out and celebrating with fans, like wouldn't you feel like out of place when they ask, oh, when did you graduate? What year did you graduate? And you're like, no, I didn't graduate. I'm just a fan. Like, wouldn't you feel a little out of place?
Yeah, that I would definitely agree there. So I have been out, I think, like 3 or 4 times. Have been to a game there. I was here at a game here when they played. I think it was at Yankee Stadium. So I have been to a couple games. And the game I was in at South Bend, I did sit in the student section with a friend of mine. I think I would definitely feel a little fraudulent on that front. But I would say the fandom is not of casual.
Hey, listen, have at it. I'm just saying it just feels a bit odd. And now St. John's doesn't have anything, football to root for, but it just feels a little odd. And he just admitted that if he's hanging out with a bunch of people and they're all celebrating a win and he's the only non-student, he'd feel out of place. You would never feel out of place, guys, if at a Yankee World Series championship rally. What would make you feel out of place? If, like, how long you been a fan? And you say, 2 years. Right? When everybody turned their back on. Doesn't it have that kind of same feel? It's like, when did you graduate? Well, what did you study? I went to St. John's. Everybody, okay, thanks.
Did you see Steve Hart texted us, Don? Wanted you and I to know that he's been to many, many concerts over the years.
Yes.
But Tool is the one concert he almost walked out of. I'll be honest, the one thing I miss about having an office is the taste of Steve Hart's nuts. He didn't explain. He said he'd explain to us later in further detail, so you can wait for that with bated breath.
Thanks. Yeah. I had heard that their lead singer was a Maynard. I can't think of his last. Sometimes he's got his back to the audience. They're a very strange breed. So I've never seen them.
Ballard texted me and said Tool is like the best rock band of the, as he put it, current rock band. Is that a thing? Do people have that? Is Tool that highly rated?
They're very popular. I don't know if I agree with it, but they have a huge following. So
time flies. When did Tool come out? Mid-90s?
Yeah, I want to say
Sounds
early
right.
to mid-90s, yeah.
Toolbox Secure.
Phil in Brooklyn. What's up, Phil?
What's up, guys? I think you are a fraud if you root for another college and say you went to college A and you're going to root for college B. I think you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo, and honestly, you pooped your pants. That's what I think.
Wow.
Wait, what was the last one? And you what?
You pooped your pants. And you're high. Or high. We'll accept either one.
Soft serve.
I don't think we've ever had consecutive days of talking about that.
Well, I
subject.
assume that's what he was referring to.
Yes, he was. Now, I'm not going to say weirdo. I'm just saying it's just a little bit. Just me. Listen, these are my rules. Obviously, I'm in the minority. A lot of people root for teams that they didn't go to that school. It just seems a bit odd, and I think you guys agree with me.
I think there's times where it makes sense, but very often it doesn't. I'll say that. You know what I mean?
It's not fair.
Anthony in Valhalla. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I love your show. Just got to say that. I've been listening to you ever since I graduated. I've been commuting, so thanks for always making me laugh. I am a diehard Tar Heels fan. Never went there. And I'm also a New York Jets fan. So both my parents went to UNC. That's where they met. And then my sister was a cheerleader there. So I got to go to so many amazing football and basketball games. And at the exact same time, I'm a diehard Jets fan. I've always hated the New England Patriots growing up in Connecticut. And now Bill Belichick is my head coach at UNC.
Oh, no.
And it's just terrible.
So Anthony, your parents went there. Your sister went there.
Yeah, so there's a little bit more of a connection.
But you chose not to go there.
And Drake May is quarterback of the Patriots.
Yeah.
This isn't great.
I know. It drives me crazy. Trust me. So I, kind of like you, I wanted to play football, but I wasn't big enough.
Right.
So I played D3.
Okay.
And had a great career. I loved it. Don't regret it at all. But still am a diehard Tar Heels fan to the point where my parents are flying right now to North Carolina to go to the UNC Duke football game this weekend.
So Don,
we're diehard Tar Heel fans.
I want to get Don's thoughts on this. Now, so Don, this is it's really Alan, you talk about blood in the ground.
Yep.
I mean, there's blood there's blood in the ground, there's other secretions. I mean, the whole pregnancy, everything happened right there.
Okay.
Well, even beyond that. So he's alive because North Carolina existed. His sister's a cheerleader. He goes to the games. He goes to a D3 school for football, but it's not a team you're going to root for your whole life. How do you rule on this, Don?
I would rule it's cool. It makes sense because this makes sense. You've got family there.
Yeah.
Right? So you didn't go there, but your family went there. Your sister went there. Your sister was a cheerleader. Of course, you're going to go support her.
Family.
All right. So that's a little bit more of an association there than just I like the colors or that team's really good. I made a ton of money on FanDuel with them, so I'm going to root for them.
Now this is what makes Don such a benevolent and omnipotent judge. You know what I mean? He doesn't just stick with his, you're willing to bend given the information that you're presented.
See, all I'm asking for, we're going to continue Fraud Friday.
I'd like
information is king. I need as much information as possible.
But in as short as email possible.
Yeah, maybe it's better if we just get calls on it because then we can have the dialogue, the back and forth. Imagine defending yourself via email.
And imagine some of our callers, though, if you're asking them to explain their whole fanship. You think the emails are long.
Yeah, especially since they'd be high.
Although, how about this? Don? Don wants all the information, but if you look at your email and it's like 5 paragraphs, it's a great opportunity to use ChatGPT. and just you put in the whole email and
Summarization.
you say, hey, ChatGPT, can you convey all of the major points of this email while shortening it? It'll do a great job for you. Nick and Bayside we'll get to in a minute wants to talk some Knicks, and we should do that before the weekend gets here, of course. We also have our picks coming up next, so we'll get into. I mean, do I even care about picks at this point? I'm just gonna throw my phone and see if it breaks. Picks next. Ian on at 6. Don, Hahn Rosenberg.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel this November, it's your chance to gobble up the green and feast on your share of $55,000 cash. Earn entries all month long and join us on Friday, November 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win up to $10,000 cash. Then at 7 p.m., 1 lucky winner will take home a grand prize of $20,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Murray to the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell. For Horvat, score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Harry Douglas here. Look, being a man doesn't mean skipping self-care. Manscaped makes it easy to feel confident, clean, and ready for anything. Whether you're at work, hitting the gym, traveling for business, or heading for a night out. The Lawnmower Trimmer gives you precision, the Beard Hedger keeps your look tight, and their grooming essentials smell incredible. Manscaped's tools are built to perform, helping you stay sharp, smooth, and feeling your best every single day. Because real confidence starts with a clean cut and the right gear. Get all the Manscaped products you need right now at your local Target.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
What's the game called?
Football. These are the Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg Pro Picks.
That's football.
Well, I guess we should do them.
What's that?
The picks.
Hey, I got a chance to get above 500. I'd like that opportunity, please, if you don't mind.
All right, no problem.
Ambassador Johnson?
Don is in the lead. He's 16-17. It's almost respectable. He has 29 points. He was 2-1 last week. Allen is 12-21, 24 points, 1-2 last week. Myself, Peter Rosenberg. People are going to think I was on steroids in past seasons. That's how bad this season is. I'm 9-24, 19 points, 0-3 again last week. I think it could be that might have been like my fourth 0-3 of the year.
This is the kid slide.
Huh?
Don had it when he had the twins.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the kid slide, yeah.
It is the first season after the kid. That is a thing.
What is Don's point total again?
29. Don's only, as bad as Allen is, Don's only 5 up on him. And as bad as I am, Allen's only 5 up on me.
Yep.
So it's still open, but I mean, Allen and I are pure hot trash, and me, it's just unbelievable how bad it is.
We should all be proud, is what you're saying.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Hey, at least it's still competitive. That's all I care
You got
about.
that part. No, and Don, listen, there's a lot of games left. Like, Don could finish seriously in the black here. Like, there's plenty of time for Don.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's only week 12.
I cannot.
I'm running out of time.
I cannot get above 500. And Allen can basically not get above 500.
Well, speaking of running out of time.
Sorry, go ahead, Don.
Yeah.
We should get to it.
Go ahead.
How about it?
My 1 point play, it's a hefty number. But I think Seattle bounces back. I think Sam Darnold bounces back after his miserable performance against the Rams. And this is a law of averages game for me. Titans have covered back-to-back games for the first time since 2023. You really think they're going to cover 3 in a row? The number's 13. Again, it's hefty. That's why I'm only going with it as my 1 point play. But I like Seattle to get right in Tennessee and cover the 13. It is still less than 2 touchdowns, by the way. My 2 point play, I'm going to go to Sunday night. The Buccaneers are at the Rams. Rams are a hefty 7-point favorite at home, but Tampa Bay is 8-2 against the spread after a loss. I like Tampa to bounce back. I'm not sure they're going to win the game in L.A., but I think they'll cover the number. I think we're going to get a really good game on Sunday night. I like the Buccaneers as my 2 point play.
Look at that.
1, 2, 3-point play.
And my 3 point play, Bears are a 2.5 point favorite at home against the Steelers. Rodgers is questionable for the game, and the Steelers are 1-5 in their last 6 road games against the spread. I like the Bears to put a hurting on the Steelers and really affect their chances of winning that division. I still think Baltimore is going to win it, and I like the Bears. It's under 3, so I like the Bears to cover the number as my 3-point play.
Bad news. Well, I got bad news for you, buddy.
I've got the Seahawks minus 13 as my 1. I got the Bucks getting 7 as my 2. And I got the Bears minus 2.5 as my 3-point play.
Bad news for you, Don.
I like it, Don. I was looking at Seattle. I wanted to dabble there, but I stayed away, and I'm glad I did now. 1 point play. I got to do it. Even though it's gonna make me sick, but I have to do it. And I like the Eagles-Cowboys game and the 3.5 point spread there in favor of the Eagles on the road. But we got to keep in mind, Dallas is a different team at home. Dak doesn't lose division games at home.
I like this pick.
And so I'm taking the Cowboys, and I'll take that 3.5 points for my 1 point play. On the next play, it's another one of these. You can't kill them. You can't kill them until they're dead. They got to be buried. And they're not buried yet. And so while they still have a chance, I have to believe in the Chiefs, especially at Arrowhead. They are home. They're laying 3.5. Daniel Jones has been really good, very immaculate with the ball in the first 8 games. The last 2 games, 4 interceptions. Is he starting to turn into a pumpkin? We're going to find out in this game. Give me the Chiefs. I'll lay the points. That's my 2 point play. Last but not least, listen, if I'm going to be devoted to one player, if I am going to have an affinity for this one player, if I'm going to have a true belief in this guy, I got to put my money where my mouth is and everywhere else. So I've got to believe in Shedeur Sanders.
Oh,
This is,
I'm going emotional on my
feel
3-point
good.
play. And I know this is not what you're supposed to do, but I'm doing it
It's
because I got to put it on the table. I got to lay it there, and I got to say I believe in Shedeur Sanders.
Wow.
Because I'll take 3.5 points. I'll go to Vegas, and because I got Myles Garrett on the other side, and I know Geno Smith, when he sees Myles Garrett, is going to go, oh, my God, because we have the drop that proves that when he sees somebody coming to kill him, he just throws the ball on the ground. Give me Shedeur Sanders with a dub. Give me the Browns at my 3-point play.
Well, Peter, this stinks.
No, it's basically it's
for all the wrong reasons.
It's the right way. It's going the wrong way for the right reason.
It may last for like 20 years. If this show goes on like an incredible 20-year run, that like Allen and Picks jump the shark in year one. It's that kind of moment. Going with Shedeur.
But wait a minute, but Don, Peter, this is what you're supposed to do. Aren't you? When you put everything you have behind a player
I know,
and
but
you
the
believe
three-
in the player, you got to show
Think about what you did.
I think
What
you
did I
got to
do?
take money line on the side.
Think about what you did.
Cash.
I know what I did.
A 3-point play.
That's
against
right.
the Browns.
All of it.
You should love it, Don. This is the kind of nonsense you enjoy.
This is where Allen taps out. This was the negative turning point on his season.
This is?
Yeah, this is.
I'm
is
12
what,
and 21.
You know what
though.
this is?
I think we're long past
This
that.
is the Avalanche goal 30 seconds after the Rangers tied it last night. That's what happened here, right, Anthony? This is the turning point.
You look at that and you say, where did it all go wrong? And you say, you really hope that's not where it happened, and
No,
that's
that's
exactly where it happened.
Just think about it. Say it out loud with me, Alan. My 3-point play is the Cleveland Browns.
Three.
Yeah. I'm going right off the
mean,
cliff.
The last time anybody
Right
did
off.
that,
I
Bernie
got
Kosar,
I got
who we send out our
no.
prayers, was the quarterback.
I got the stick. It's right into the accelerator. I'm not even
Oh, you
driving
got a
anymore.
stick, all right. It's
I'm
straight
just
up, you
sitting
know
there.
what?
I'm going right off the cliff. I love it. I want this because it's going to be glorious if it happens.
All right.
Glorious.
Well,
and if
listen.
it doesn't, who cares? I'm already done.
Well, listen,
I'm flaming out as it is.
I got bad news for everybody.
What is that?
And that is that you both share picks with me.
Oh, no.
So that's not very good.
Well, it's not good for you, considering you want to make up ground.
No, it's not good for you because it means you're getting your game wrong.
Oh, well.
That's the
Go
concern.
ahead. What do you got, hon?
Well, I'll start out with the ones I have in common with you guys. I have the Bears. The Bears are my 2-point play.
Okay.
I liked them last week, didn't do it. They have just been showing consistently they're winning close games. I think the Steelers are upside down, going the wrong way. That place is – do you guys realize what Soldier Field is going to be like on Sunday? It's going to be rocking. They believe in this team. It's a short number. Rodgers has the wrist situation. We don't know if he'll play. Give me the Bears. It's actually my 2-point play because I'm doing my in common picks first. Allen, we're in lockstep on this one. They're not dead, and they're at home, and the Colts on the road, not buying it. I'm still with the Chiefs. My 3-point play.
Wow.
I normally do not
with
love.
them.
I normally don't like throwing the Chiefs with a number, but man, 3.5 it's a baby number. They got this. A little 7-10 point win for the Chiefs to stay alive at home over the Colts. Give me that as my 3-point play. And a spot for a team they need to keep winning. They struggled a bit last week on the road, but I like them this week at home when J.J. McCarthy has to go play at Lambeau. Give me the Pack -6 to get a nice, easy win this week as they try to stay on top and battle with Detroit and Chicago in the North. That's my 1-point play. Packers for 1, Bears for 2, Chiefs for 3.
There we go.
1, 2, 3-point play.
Man.
All right. Well, here we are, and Don again trying to get to 500, and me going with the Browns as a 3-point play. I understand. I'm probably going to take a bath. I probably am. And if I do, it better be in a nice, brand new, clean bathtub. You know what I mean? Because Bath Fitter is exactly where you want to go if you have a dirty, disgusting bathroom and you're embarrassed by it and you want to get it. You want to upgrade it. I did. I had actually an old bath ripped out, put in a new shower. They do that too. But they also do all types of custom bath renovations, including the unique PermaFit solution that you get a nice watertight fit. This is exactly what you need during the holidays when you're having people over and they got to use your bathroom. They're staying over. They had to take showers. And you're like, man, this is like old and ugly and I'm embarrassed. No, get it done right now, right before the holiday season when you're having people over, because it takes one day. It's durable. It's easy to clean. You get really no demolition. It's a lower cost than a full replacement, and best of all, everybody, it's a lifetime guarantee. And right now, you can take advantage of Bathfitter's biggest sale of the year. You can save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. Plus, they also have no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Add that to it all, you're not paying interest until April of 2027. So go to their website or call for details on this Black Friday savings. You can trust the Bathfitter team just like we all did. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com, because there's only one Bathfitter. Wait for that. The two greatest words in sports, ENN, next.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. Friday, July 31st, PNC Bank Arts Center. The Crue celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the Cadillac Tri-State Concert Series.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Really no easy way to get around right now, and especially tough if you're heading inbound across the Hudson River. George, both the upper and lower decks going to run you close to an hour. A little bit better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Inbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels, at least a 45-minute ride. Heading over to the outbound, George, all of your approaches are jammed. Cross Bronx westbound will cost you at least an hour from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 30 to 40. Outbound Holland going to run you an hour plus. Just packed on the LIE eastbound, trying to make your way over to Jericho Turnpike in Nassau County. Bumper to bumper from the BQE in Queens. Slow crawl on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Backed up across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to ENN.
You ever watch YouTube?
Ray-Ro. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Don.
True.
And to Don.
Sit, you stink.
And to Don.
Fraud, 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 fraud.
And to Don.
You have the whole family of frauds. Not one of them could rub 2 high school diplomas together.
And to Don.
And a whole family of no-motivated losers.
And to Alan.
Wait for the splash.
And to myself. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. That's that. You got
Elmer Fudd.
barely an audible flub, and still both guys just took me out at the legs. And good evening to Stephen Melville.
The last time I called up, I was not high.
That I'm pooping.
You know what's unfortunate? We did lose a drop from yesterday, guys. A drop is no more.
Yeah, R.I.P.
It was a great day for that drop, and then the.
Let's be honest, that wasn't going to have a shelf life, so we got out of it everything we could, and we just bid it adieu. Let it float out to sea now.
Take it off. Take it all off.
I think that was handled very well by John, our pinhead suit.
Yes.
He gave us the day.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, there's still context because that happened yesterday, but then he heard it in the morning and said, you know what, it's lost its context. We got to drop it. That was a very good executive decision by him.
It's probably right. I mean, there's a little bit of 1, 2, 3, let's be good, but it's probably the right thing.
But could we blame the morning show for ruining it? Because they played it out of context. And they probably played it into
it's
extinction.
their fault. No, it's 100% their fault.
Yeah.
They did us in. I don't even know the context in which they talked about it. I guess someone enjoyed the program and they played it, and then
Rick, there is almost no evidence Dave listens. But Rick does listen. He consumes the product.
Rick texted me asking he hoped that I cut the drop. So.
Yeah. No, he definitely listens.
You mean before the drop was actually made even?
That's correct.
Oh, wow. He was there.
Yeah.
That guy's locked in.
Shout out, Rick.
No, shout out Rick because he's listening.
He does his work.
Oh, or borderline has no life.
No, but you know
well,
he
both
has
are on
life.
Why? How do I have no
Coaching
evidence.
Like 5 youth teams. He's very busy.
I have no evidence Rick has a life. And by the way, respectfully, is coaching 5 youth teams evidence that one has a life?
That's a life.
I mean, it's something. It's a great thing. It's noble. It's noble.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It's a good thing that he's doing. I'm not putting it in line with a life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not something that's socially necessarily gratifying.
Well, it depends. To him, maybe it is. Interacting with parents, coaching kids, that's social and it's gratifying. Wow. Listen, man, not everybody can drive a very expensive car downtown, park, do a show, drive it back.
Please,
have a life like you.
I don't drive an expensive car compared to Rick DiPietro, for God's sake.
How do you know?
Really?
He picked me up in a Mini Cooper once.
Because that was like given to him as like a rib. I mean, the guy has a fleet of cars. He's like Shaq. How many cars Rick have? Honestly, over under
2.
No, I'm going over. Don,
you going over 2?
Don,
if I say 1.5, Don. 2.5.
2.5. 2.5. I'm going over.
I meant 2.5. 2.5.
No,
Bart we know is way over 2.5.
I would go under just because I just don't know if they need more than 2. I'm sure they're both very, very nice cars, but I don't think Rick needs another car or his wife needs another car.
Rick has an alpaca farm, right? Is that a thing?
Is that a real thing?
He probably still does. Yeah,
I think
that was
he
an old
owns one and he can't get out of it.
They all invested in it, so it's a bunch of people that are invested. Yeah.
What does that mean? There's a team
it was
of alpaca farmers?
some teammates of his. I guess they all got into it years ago, thinking it would be a great investment, and it has not.
So this is like Camp Scatabo decision making here. All the Islanders.
They
said,
honestly,
we got a big plan. We're getting alpaca farming.
Knowing Rick at the
no
age
wonder
that
they haven't won a cup since '84.
Knowing the age that Scatabo is, I knew Rick then. There's a lot of familiarity there.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Between
very similar.
Rick and the alpaca.
No. The Scatabo.
Oh, Scatabo and Rick.
Yeah. Very similar at that age.
Oh, I'm sure.
We're
all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
We were that.
You say that loosely. We weren't all that at 23. I didn't do. I mean, I did some dumb things, but not that version of dumb things. I did other dumb things.
What opportunities did you have?
None. So I can't really
there
know.
You go. So you don't know what you would have done.
But you can't also assume everyone would do what like Scatabo is proving right now to be. It's more than just he showed up to Raw and had like a thing. The next day, he's doing a shoey on Twitch with like Monster Energy. Yep. The day after that, he's hanging out with a very controversial streamer dork.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just say he's being every 23-year-old. There is something else.
No.
I mean, he put the grills in a few weeks ago, the huge chain that says scat. I mean, let's just be honest, guys. If this guy wasn't like this 5'4" scrappy white fullback, we'd be calling him a nozzle. That's what we'd be calling him. But he played like a beast, played with all that energy, and it makes you love him. But when you add up all the social moves separately, I can't say every 23-year-old's doing it.
No, but would they say no to those opportunities? Put yourself in his shoes. You're 23 years old, and you're being asked to do these things. Would you say no? I want to be a little bit more buttoned up. I'm hurt. I'm only in my first year. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative. Or would you try to do everything you're asked to do? Now, a lot of those things were not opportunities when I was 23. What year was it when I was 23 years old? That would have been 91. So what would, if I was the level of celebrity that Cam was in 1991, what are some of the things that would have been the equivalent? I guess I could have done a wrestling spot, right? That was there.
Yep.
I don't know. Would I have gone on Stern and maybe gotten to an awkward conversation about something? Right? Yeah, I could totally see myself doing that.
Right, but keep in mind, too, it's all pre-internet, too. There's a lot.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to find.
There was none of that stuff. Yeah, there was just nothing like this.
Listen,
would I do some silly commercial for, I don't know.
I'm not throwing in the towel on Scattaboo, okay? I'm not. I'm just saying this week we made it all the wrestling, but there really has been now like a handful of stuff that you just want to go, kid, we know you're not able to play. I get it. But like, is life that boring? You can't go to practice, grab dinner. I mean, like, I don't know.
Well,
he's a energetic 23-year-old. But I don't know how we got onto Scatterbo. All I was saying was that knowing Rick back then, that's how Rick was. Rick was just all about a good time. He was hilarious, as he is now, but even funnier. But his energy was to think of Rick times 10. That was him at 23.
I have to tell you,
in the locker room, it was unreal. You walk in and you were not safe.
That is one of the most unappealing things I have ever heard of.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rick times 10.
Oh yeah,
that's called should be jailed. Like behind an electric fence where no one could be near him. I wouldn't. Would you ever want to be showering in the same room with a Rick times 10?
No, I don't know about showering, but we had to deal with him every day, and I just, like I said, honestly, how
was he? Because you were an adult at the time, more of an adult.
I wasn't that much of an adult.
Well, you're 10 years old,
29, 30. Like I wasn't. Yeah,
29, 30 is not 19 or whatever Rick was.
Oh, I wasn't very mature.
Oh, got it. So you liked it.
I thought it was great. It was better than the boring, like awful team they used to be. He showed up and things were, again, it was just, he was funny.
Who's funnier, Rick DiPietro or Glenn Healy?
Different kind of funny, man. Don will tell you, Glenn Healy's actually low-key hysterical.
Oh, really?
Great storyteller.
Wow. Well, I was just throwing him out as a random golden devil.
That's a pretty good pull, though.
You know what? Would you go
stranger pulls?
Would you go as far as saying it was a strange pull?
I thought it was a strange pull. There are a lot of Islander goalies you could have chosen. Glenn Healy was the strange pull.
What else would I have gone with? Was John Van Beesbrook an Islander?
No.
Yes,
he was. He was a devil too.
Yeah, he did the Triple Crown.
He didn't want to
get all
of
them.
He did.
So that's a good trivia question. Players that played for
the
all
Triple
three
Crown
teams. Pat Conacher did it.
Pat Conacher. Well, that's a strange
pull.
That's a pull.
Hold on. You know what?
That's a strange pull.
I don't get it. I'll be honest. I'm not like Kanye West. I don't sit here patting myself on the back and saying, you should say. I don't get enough credit for the strange hockey pulls. I deserve more credit for the strange hockey pulls. I'm gonna impress.
No, I think Stranger Pulls is a very, very good side segment, like mini segment in a segment.
Well, can it replace one we have? Oh, because after football, we're going to have to do something on Monday, right?
No, but I just think it's not. I think it's just meant for the moment when it happens.
Yeah, I think it's like the drop. It's just
if
running.
we do that, that will be Dead or Alive as a segment, and now we just bring it up every now and again. That's probably what that would be.
Yeah, it's an occasion.
Right, exactly. So I'm skipping that part and just going.
You're getting ahead of it now.
And Don will happen. It'll happen every few days with Don because Don will do it with TV shows. He'll do it with music. He'll do it with athletes. We'll be getting to hear this all the time. and all you need is the beginning.
I just love that part.
What is that from?
It's oh boy,
Stranger Things.
It's the theme to Stranger Things.
I wouldn't know that.
No, you really like Stranger Things.
Yeah, I think you would, Don. It's worth your time.
Well,
no, yeah, I think it's
Greatest field goal kicker at the time was Pete Gogolak.
No one does Stranger Pulls.
Have it ready. I think you're right.
Dick from Manhattan. Let's be honest.
It's the best. All right, Josh Allen, tough night last night with offensive line beat up. Sacked 8 times was Josh.
It's not fun. I ran into a couple myself. I got to be better with throwing the ball away and living to see another down and letting us play some situational football and pinning them deep. And too many times I was going backwards, and I got to be better on that.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Is you're the quarterback, you take the blame. But that team seems to be in a little bit of trouble. And now all of a sudden, their one quality win against the Chiefs a few weeks ago. What was that really?
Right. Now again,
a home win against a 5-5 team.
But what I heard there was Josh Allen talking about himself having to be better, which is fine. But the conversation during and after that game was that you can't keep taking these hits, and that's why we talk about players and saying quarterbacks need to learn, like young quarterbacks, he needs to know he can't take all these hits. Like Josh Allen is a great example of one who's been told that his whole career, and he still does it. Like he doesn't know any other way. So that's something to watch with Jackson Dart, who's he's not as big as Josh Allen when it comes to 6'5" and 230. So it's easy to say he's got to learn to stop taking hits when that's his game.
At this point, what are you doing? Right? This is your career. The only thing left to accomplish is a championship. When you're a kid, you got a long career. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen wants to have something bad happen that could end his career, but you're making different decisions at this stage of his career than Jackson Dart's making.
Speaking of career decisions, Travis Kelce. When do you start thinking about next year?
Seeing my brother go through it and how the league works, the season kind of restarts in April, and I want to give the Chiefs a good opportunity to, whether I come back or not, and vice versa, like whether they want me back or not. It's one of those things where I'd like to make that decision before they got to get draft picks and free agency open, so that it gives them an opportunity to go out there and fill the roster appropriately. So all that will be at the end of the season, and I won't be thinking about it until then.
Here's what the shame of it is, and get the music ready, Jacob. Remember Mark Martin in NASCAR? He was an elder statesman in NASCAR, and he decided to retire. And then he decides, you know what, I changed my mind. I'm going to come back. And he did it for like 5 years in a row. And then eventually it's just like, I don't go, who cares? Dude, when you decide to retire, okay? All this contemplating and, if he had won the Super Bowl last year, he would have retired. Well, now he's playing a whole year. They're 5-5, might miss the playoffs, and he's still not sure. It's like, dude, all right, when you make a decision, let us know. We'll have a big celebration. You're one of the greatest tight ends of all time. But this flirtation every year, then eventually he's going to retire. Nobody's going to care. He's not doing himself any favors. Just like Mark Martin.
How about this? Shefty says Joe Burrow's on track to start on Sunday.
Questionable.
Joe Burrow, who was projected to miss 12 to 14 weeks due to turf toe surgery, has practiced in full, putting him on track to be able to start Sunday against the New England.
Yeah, I listen. Wow. The enunciation marathon, we could save that for another day.
Thank you, Adam. We love it, though.
The enunciation marathon.
I know. Listen, I love Shefty. But
I do too.
Buddy, we've all known he might start Sunday. Right. The level of energy on every word of that was as if I can't even, like, someone who you thought was out for the season last week is back. I mean, we knew he might come back.
But I'll tell you
this
what,
week or next.
I thought about dabbling with that game because it was a 6.5 point spread in favor of the Patriots.
Too much of an unknown.
But now with Burrow, I'm like, nope, walking away from that one. And if Flacco, by the way, he's got that shoulder issue, so if Burrow can't go, which you think he's going, T. Higgins apparently was kind of like hinting to the media that Burrow is kind of making it clear he's ready to go.
All right, how about this? Ole Miss football fans and Florida and LSU fans will have to wait another 8 days to learn where Lane Kiffin will be beyond this season. Ole Miss Vice Chancellor Keith Carter said Friday that an announcement about Kiffin's future will come the day after the Rebels play Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. I love the Egg Bowl. Big fan.
Listen, who doesn't like a bowl of eggs?
I am the Egg Bowl.
So it sounds like maybe
Cuckoo-cuckoo.
Maybe he's out.
Is right. He gone.
By the way,
he has been talking around this for like 2 weeks. He gone.
Do you wait to announce it if he's staying?
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Exactly.
Right after the rivalry game, then we'll announce where he's going.
It's going to be Wolf
Nicely
of Wall
done,
Street.
Cusick.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'll play along.
They got to bring a wrecking ball in here
So
to get me out of here.
And lastly, I don't
Baseball?
know
What do you mean lastly?
Baseball?
Well, no, before the announcer lineup. No, let's do the
Oh, Jesus. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but we do have like Yankee baseball news here.
We do have Yankee baseball news. I'm just kidding. Let's hit that right after ENN so we have some time to expound upon it.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll get to the Cashman. We'll get to the Cashman info that we have.
It's your segment.
Also, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua faced off today. Apparently, that's actually happening. Look up the video, guys. Man, you talk about a size differential. Anthony also told me the opening line had Jake Paul at what number?
It was like plus 1,800, I think. No one thinks he's going to win this.
So they actually think that this is a legit fight and Anthony Joshua is just going to beat the hell out of Jake Paul? I told you, Alan, we're going to end up watching.
Oh, I will.
Because if Jake Paul's getting his ass kicked, you want to see that. You're paying for that.
Anthony Joshua, I think we had him in studio for a show a bunch of years ago on MSG. He's pretty tall, right? Like he's 6'6".
K-Show had him in studio too, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. He's 6'5",
You guys had him on?
6'6".
We have an open for him, I think, somewhere in the archive.
We definitely do, by the way, and it's a great voice. Unfortunately, the K-Show doesn't exist anymore. But with that said, let's get into the NFL announcer lineup. Is it the K-Show? That's different. That's the Michael K. radio program. The K-Show, as it was known, that died. But I say that respectfully.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we start out in Baltimore. The Jets and the Ravens. Oh, man, does that smell like a CBS 1 o'clocker? And it is. Andrew Catalan on the call. Adam Catalan on Andrew. Damn it. He'll be joined by Charles Davis.
Take your shots downfield, Carolina.
Jason McCourty.
It's okay, Raanan.
And A.J. Ross.
Texans running back Joe Mixon dapping it up.
I had some real questions this week about which lineup, like which announcers will get on which game, because there are a few possibilities. Well, Pittsburgh and Chicago, that's a couple of big market teams.
Oh, yeah.
An important game. Any guest on the 1 o'clock CBS?
Oh, CBS.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say hello, friends.
No, you're going to be wrong. It's Ian Eagle. Actually, hello to a friend.
They're well
bronxed in that photo.
J.J. Watt. And Evan Washington.
The lobby is bustling. There is an energy here.
You know, there's a lot of articles on awful announcing. Like, people are done with Tony Romo.
Yeah,
I think he's completely slipped.
Is he that bad? Like regretting the contract?
I
and all
don't
that
think
stuff?
so. I think
he's
people
that
just
bad.
exaggerated how good he was when he started. People are like gaga over him.
Well, because he was predicting plays, and then they told him to stop doing it.
Stop doing that.
Well, no, I think people get really overboard about the biggest names. Like, I think people's opinions on him are too strong. Their opinions on Brady are too strong. I thought their opinions on Greg Olsen were too strong. But I tell you what, people are very high on J.J. Watt, so it's only a matter of time before they hate him. The Patriots and the Bengals, 1 o'clock on CBS. That's a Kevin Harlan vehicle.
Short man with a long stick.
No, that's not.
No.
No.
Guy is headed to the slammer.
There you go. He'll be joined by Trent Green.
Holy smokes.
And Melanie Collins.
Tyreek, what happened this morning?
We stay at 1 o'clock, but we go to Ted.
That needs context.
That was last year when Tyreek almost got arrested.
Yeah, I figured it was. I like that. Let's stay at 1 o'clock, but let's switch over to Fox, all right? And you guys remember when the old TVs, this is just to Don and Alan, you guys remember when your TV would have a little box behind it and you flip the switch to UHF?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We'll switch on back. Get on over to Fox. The Giants and the Lions. Kenny Albert on Fox.
Short man with a long stick.
There he is.
We've talked about that stick in the past.
He'll be joined by the really starting to annoy me the last few weeks, Jonathan. I had him for the last 2 Commanders games. I just like to say I'm good. I've had enough.
Okay.
He's not horrible. He's just one of those middle of the road Fox color guys that you're just. I'm good. Megan O'Leary's on the sidelines.
The Trophy Hall of Fame, sick.
Now we stay at 1 o'clock and we stay on Fox. It's the Vikings and the Packers in a North clash with Joe Davis on the call.
Oh my gosh!
He'll be joined by Greg Olsen.
Chilling on the 7th floor. I gotta let these chickens know Big Greg is in the house.
Well, wait.
No.
That, my good friends, is the 7th floor crew that Greg Olsen was a part of at the University of Miami.
No.
And they rapped.
And they rapped about.
And you did research this week. You dug in and found them.
Wow,
shout out to a caller who called in about it. I didn't know about this. Jake did.
I don't know what to say except let's go to Pam Oliver.
Hey, now.
We stay at 1 o'clock. And here it is. We go to Arrowhead. The Colts and the Chiefs.
There you go. That's a hell of a
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
There it is. James, Andrew, Bartholomew Nance, and Tony Romo.
Hey, take your helmet off. Give it to me. Give it to me. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not allowed.
And Tracy Wolfson on the sideline.
Wow, what a game, as we expected.
We stay at 1 o'clock on Fox. This is if you're looking for an early day nap. This is one you fall asleep during. It's the Seahawks and the Titans, the classic rivalry. Kevin Kugler on the call.
And it's caught! It's a touchdown!
He'll be joined by Daryl Johnston.
There's a moose.
And Allison Williams.
I feel like I got invited to sit at the big kids table. This is awesome, so thank you.
Now get your snoozy gear, put on your comfy pants, a nice hoodie that you had, that Notre Dame hoodie that's been sitting around for 25 years, getting all comfy on your couch. It's 4:05 and it's Jaguars Cardinals and it's nap time with Spiro Dides.
That is Adetokumbo.
He'll be joined by Adam Archuleta.
Adam Golden Archuleta.
And Aditi Kinkwabala.
Trevor said he needed to be loose. Did he look loose to you?
Now, another game you'd normally be napping through, if not for Allen's man crush, Shedeur Sanders at the helm for Cleveland as they head out to Las Vegas. 4:05 on CBS. Don, I can almost see the shadow in the Raiders game draping across that baseball diamond as Tom McCarthy's on the call.
He was wide open.
He'll be joined by Ross Tucker.
They called that a hold?
And Tiffany Blackman.
Give me a vibe check.
Let's go to 4:25, and you already knew what this game would be.
Yes.
The Eagles and the Cowboys, Kevin Burkhardt.
Boston College.
Tom Brady.
I have a lot of friends who outkick their coverage.
Aaron Andrews.
All right, old man, I can joke with you about that.
And Thom Rinaldi.
How spectacular and great is this?
No big surprise there. I just can't help but think, guys, that people are getting hot on the Cowboys again. It's just amazing. More than any other team in sports, they give you one sign of life, and everybody is ready to jump.
Well, that's all the networks want. They still move the needle, man.
And everyone buys it. It's just so interesting to me. Let's see if they're the real deal when the Eagles come to town. 4:25 also on Fox. The Falcons and the Saints like you dream about. Adam Amin on the call.
Now stands erect.
He'll be joined by Drew Brees.
I can't stand to watch that offense.
And Christina Pink.
Oh, yeah, the swagger is back.
The Sunday nighter is the Bucks and the Rams, which will be a fun one. NBC at 8:20 with Mike Tirico.
They still seem to resonate.
There are 3 teams.
Chris Collinsworth.
Oh, come on. Come on. That is terrible.
And Melissa Stark.
Both sidelines have chicken broth and hot chocolate.
Go to Monday Night Football to close these things out. What were they thinking? At what point? Why would this? What are we?
Hello.
ESPN and ABC at 8:15. The Panthers and the Niners, your Monday nighter. Joe Buck on the call.
I have proof Joe Buck is the spawn of Satan.
Troy Aikman.
He is so hot inside.
Lisa Salters.
Welcome to the playoffs.
And Laura Rutledge.
Enjoy that flight.
That'll do it for your NFL announcer lineup for Week 33.
I could be mistaken. I did not hear one straw.
No, they have eliminated Don. It's a great call. The straw was gone. Good for you.
I love it.
Work by Anthony Pusick there.
Yeah,
he just puts in extra time. Overtime pay.
Call your neighbors. Call your friends. Heck, call your enemies.
Yeah, call them. And, tell them to gather around because I'm going to tell you there's a bunch of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda.
How many?
It's their selection.
Yep.
It's their customer service.
That's 2.
And it's their savings.
The missus likes it.
During the More to Move You event, get 1.9% financing on the new Mazda 2025 CX-50 Hybrid Preferred or lease for $279 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN128251. MSRP $36,570. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per $1,000. Financed. Ends 12/1/25.
Don gives good VIN.
Damn right. Your calls, 1-800-919-3776. As Alan said, we'll hit some Cashman and Yankees, some Knicks, and whatever else you guys want to discuss as we close out on a Friday on Hahn Rosenberg.
Hey, it's Michael K. talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, get Black Friday deals throughout the store. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you can trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Oh, yeah, baby. All right, well, Brian Cashman spoke to Michael Kay. And Cash was asked, what's the biggest priority this offseason?
You know, it depends. First order of business, we got Grisham in the fold. One of our big hitters and defenders is back, so that solves one area of our needs, but we have two big important free agents that left us. Grisham was one, Bellinger's another. We'd love to have Bellinger come back. Talked to Scott Boras yesterday about Belly and other free agents of his. I talked to Casey Close today about his free agents. He's got Kyle Tucker, amongst others, so that's the nature of the beast in the winter. You play it out. You talk to the different teams. I had several conversations with teams today. Try to find a way to either make a trade or add a free agent and keep going and keep going and keep going. doing. So the team that we had last year, which was really good on paper, but fell short of our ultimate goal, is now depleted because of free agency. So we got to find a way to at least get back to where we were, but the ultimate goal is to make it better. So got a lot more work to do and the whole winter to do it.
Apologies, that was not to Michael Kay. That was while sleeping in Times Square.
Yes, he was doing his annual
sleeping in Times Square.
Well, it's obviously for
homeless, I think.
Yeah, but now it's slipping my mind. I feel terrible because it's a very good charity.
No, it is.
But so the Yankees. So there's going to be obvious changes, as you know, they always happen every year. But some names to move on from. One is Mark Leiter Jr. So like him, Ian Hamilton, Scott Efros. Believe it or not, he was still on the team. Never saw him pitch. Jake Cousins. All these guys are now moving on, but they did agree to 1-year deals to avoid arbitration with 2. Clark Schmidt, not a surprise, right?
No.
But Oswaldo Cabrera, was that a surprise, Don? No, it's very cheap. It's like
I think that's why. But he was
utility guy. But
yeah,
it's Covenant House. That's what it was. I'm sorry.
No,
it's a very good charity, and I feel terrible for that. But it is obviously the Covenant House is for homelessness. And to bring awareness to the fact that we have a major problem in the city with homelessness, of course, and especially when it comes to young adults.
But I found it interesting the comments about like celebrating getting Grisham back when the fan base is like, "What are you doing? You're landlocking 2 of your young star outfielders for a guy that I think everybody collectively believes just had a career year and isn't going to do it again." And you're going to pay him over $22 million for the pleasure of that. So, but he made it seem like, hey, we got him back. And boy, it might just be him talking, just the way he talked. Didn't it seem, just based on his tone, that Bellinger's gone?
Yes. It does sound like that because that's why they're seeing opportunity for, Spencer Jones and for Dominguez, that there isn't a door closed on those guys. But did you see the rumors with Corey Seager?
Yeah.
So there was something put out by a Texas Rangers reporter that Corey Seager could be had, and it's been shot down by others, saying there's no chance that's happening. But boy, if the Yankees would make a move like that, which he has a no trade, you would expect he would waive it for the Yankees, right?
Well, if I'm not mistaken,
the Yankees are not on his preferred teams.
I believe he's not. They're not on the list of don't trade me to this team.
Okay,
so he can be traded.
So it's all right. That's a semantic thing, but then you obviously with the Anthony Volpe situation, you just kind of like say, okay, we can move on from Volpe because it did feel like last season the Yankees were pretty close to changing their tune on that because only 2 years ago Brian Cashman was being very combative in his defense of Volpe.
Right.
But if a guy like Seager's available, do you say then about Bellinger, well, I'll sacrifice Bellinger for a move to bring in a guy like Corey Seager?
Well, the interesting thing.
I love that Peter's rubbing his eyes.
So I told you I don't feel great today. This isn't an indictment of Cashman.
It's the visual. That's all.
No, I'm sure the timing of that.
It's funny.
You said Corey Seager, and you just see my glasses go.
You just went, oh my God, we're going deep into the weeds. But
correct me if I'm wrong, but
I don't get it.
It's sleepy time.
Oh,
we're going to go sleep time, Bobos.
It's no longer laugh time.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Corey Seager was one of the shortstops that the Yankees could have had, but they didn't get him because of Volpe coming.
Did you say Yankees outfielder real quick? Let's just hear from Cashman hinting on what the outfield could look like next year.
Now, instead of being the 2 outfielders down, we have the kids, Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones, competing, and we have Grisham and we have Judge. Before that, there was, it was just Judge and the 2 kids, which was a lot of uncertainty. Now we have a lot more certainty, and so I can play with making it more certainty by bringing another free agent if we can find the matches we want or a trade, or if not, the fallback would be those worst case scenario, those 2 kids fight it out and may the best person win. And
so that's the new play it out music?
Wow, I like this. Some change it up a little bit, right?
I do like this actually if it's a really boring cut and there are
Cash's voice in particular is Sleepy Time Bobo.
Now, Now, Don, if that's the case, are you as a Met fan saying go get him?
Bellinger? Yes.
Mm-hmm. So Bellinger and Skubal, that's chips to the middle of the table, get all in, and Cohen's money's on the table, and he's got it. He just sold the golden toilet. He's got plenty of money. $12 million he got for this toilet.
Golden toilet.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's still a toilet.
Right.
But
it's gold.
$12 million.
But it's gold. And if you're rich enough to put
money
in a
finds
gold
money,
toilet,
right, Peter?
You know.
Listen, you want to change the kind of vibe of this team, but there's only so much you can do. You still want to try to be competitive. You bring in Bellinger, you're bringing Skubal, you're going to be competitive, and you still have Lindor.
And the expectations now go through the roof again, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially with these kids that got called up at the end of last year. I mean, McLean's still there. Now you got to probably replace Diaz because it looks like he may be gone, especially if the Dodgers are putting their toe in the water on him.
Right.
But Bellinger would be a huge addition for them, and maybe that allows them to part ways with. A couple of different things that you could move, right? Because the feeling is the polar bear can now go, and Bellinger can now become the big bat to replace him with Soto, with Lindor. Maybe Nimmo gets moved. That's been bandied about too. But
it feels like they want to change out some of the pieces of the core from the team that gave you about a half season worth of a fun run. But for the majority of the last 2 years,
you just said it. You just said it. It was a half year of a fun run.
Yeah.
Right? There has not been a lot of stability with this team. 101 wins, then you finish with 90 losses the next year. Then you come back and you have, a miserable start to the season, but then you get hot and you take a run to Game 6 of the League Championship Series and you follow that up with a very average season. So this core has not proven to you that it's championship worthy for an entire season. They made one little run. But you could talk about the Rangers making runs, right? And what did that matter at the end of the day? They're kind of at that crossroads. But there's pieces you can't move. Soto's not going anywhere. Lindor's not going anywhere. So those are two really good players that you want to build around, and you can't.
Those are givens. You're not moving them.
Let's see if this worries you, Alan. Here's Cashman being asked, will you add an arm?
Nobody necessarily specifically, but yes, we have concerns. Our rotations on paper are going to be really good when healthy, but we start the season with Raanan and Cole recovering from their surgeries, so they won't start probably till May. And because of that, obviously there's some vulnerability on the front end of the season with that. So if I can fortify the rotation a little bit, and you want to make sure the other guys stay healthy, that's always a risk. We got some good young pups pushing up, so you saw what Cam Schlittler did, but we got other guys behind the scenes that they're making a name for themselves, ERC, Lalane, to name a few. But ultimately, I think, yes, importing pitching both on the rotation and the bullpen. We lost Weaver and Devin Williams.
But what was?
And those guys were important.
Yeah, it definitely got to play out.
Closer Bednar. So we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do.
You can go ahead. I need to hear again what he said about Cole and Rodon and May. Yeah. Was he saying wouldn't be available till May or wouldn't start ramping up to play till May?
No, I think he said available till May. I mean, I don't know why Cole would be that long. He missed all of last year, so I would think he'd be back by May. Rodon different.
I don't love that.
No,
none of that cut sounded thrilling.
Nothing there is good. And again, Skubal could be available to the Yankees as well if they wanted to dabble, if they wanted to make that move and all that stuff. But that's a high risk of it's a Soto situation again. You have him for a year and hope he wants to sign and hope you want to be able to afford to give him what you also are giving Fried, and you're going to have to give him more than Fried and Cole.
Well, just be careful. Like that's why Skubal becomes interesting, right? Because it's only the year, right? Because you're gonna have a possible work stoppage. Yeah, and we don't know what the climate's going to be financially in 2027. Is there going to be a cap? Like so, you've got to that's got to be considered too. And you wonder, Cashman usually is pretty forward thinking. Is he going to make sure that he's got some maneuverability in case something does come like that next off season, where you're dropping a cap and you're going to have to start moving some guys around?
I still think MLB, if they're going to do a salary cap, especially a hard cap, you have to do an amnesty provision that gets you out of at least one massive contract, or they have to have a grandfather situation that's why maybe this would be the year to sign. Get everybody now.
So what you're saying, like,
What do you
and
think?
kind of like a buyout situation where, all right, you decide to buy out the last 2 years of Stanton's contract. It won't count towards the cap, but you're still gonna have to pay him.
No, of course you
double
pay
the
him.
term, because that's what happened to Rick with the Islanders, right? Like
That's exactly what
you're gonna have to create something like that to get out a certain contract. And when you said that, Stanton was the first one that popped into my mind.
Yeah,
you're
you're
not gonna
paying
do that
out
with
of
Cole.
pocket. You're paying out of pocket, but it's not hurting you on
right. And the
in your
Yankees
cap
can
situation.
do that.
Yeah. So I think that's probably why if there is an opportunity, you might want to do it now because you might never be able to do it again.
Cap 1-800-919-3776. Let's close out with your calls. Any subject on the table, whether it's the Cashman audio we just played, NFL thoughts for the weekend, Don's rules for college fandom. We'll close it out next right here on DHR.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This whole idea that Joe Shane is just safe, and you have nothing to worry about is apparently not true. He's going to do the due diligence. All right, here's a folder on him and a folder on him and a folder on him. They will determine who they want based off of his information. He is hardly safe. Not that he won't be back, but it's not a slam dunk that he will be back.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The Fall Savings Event continues this November at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $169 per month, or the 2025 Mazda CX-5 Select for as low as $229 per month, and get as low as 0.9% APR financing rates on select models. Plus, enjoy 1 year complimentary of Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Listen up, football fans. Ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
The Jets have no quarterback. So why would you not think about, in a year where universally people seem to acknowledge there's not a killer, surefire, can't-miss guy at the top of the draft in quarterbacks? Why not a low-investment risk on someone like Shedeur Sanders?
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-471-9773. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-471-9773. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-471-9773. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-471-9773. That's 800-471-9773.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Just one great song after another. Consume this weekend, Peter. You'll enjoy.
I'm wanting to.
Put you in a mood, that's for sure.
What album is this?
Was this their second album? Believe it was. Enjoy their work.
A bigger fan than you even realized, it seems. You know what I mean?
Love it.
It was from their third album, I'm told.
The issue with Seager, Alan, 102 games last year.
I know.
123 the year before, 119. Did lead the league in doubles, though.
He'll fit right in.
So he hasn't had he had 151 games that first year in Texas, and then 95 the last in Dallas, because remember he had the Tommy John surgery. So he's
I know.
Availability is an issue with him.
Yeah, it's fair. But he's an elite player on both
Yes.
sides, both defensively and with the bat. And Volpe right now, right? He really fell off last year.
He's
and
a
how
mess.
much are you willing to go through another year hoping that he can show you something? I mean, at some point you've got to spit or get off the puck.
Right. And also not available at the beginning of the year. They're going to be a mash unit at the start of the season. Seriously.
It's like the pitching thing, going wait until May. It's so interesting, right? Think about it. Anthony and I were talking about this during the break. If you really want to go all in and get yourself another pitcher, obviously Skubal would be the great move if you could do it. But now you're overloading yourself with starting pitching because you'll get everybody back. Because think about it. It's going to be Fried, Schlittler, Warren, Heel.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then probably Ryan Yarbrough as the fifth guy because they signed him for another year. But once guys start coming back, you're not going to need Heel. You're not going to need Warren. You're expecting Schlittler, you hope, will pick up where he left off and still be, look like a guy that's going to become a dominant pitcher. But then are you healthy enough before the trade deadline to say, okay, we can move off of Heel, we can move off of Warren? Because you're going to have all of a sudden this overload of starting pitching with guys who probably as starters aren't going to give you much in the bullpen. It's a weird place to be. Or do you invest in offense, which it doesn't sound like they're going to do?
No.
And just try to outscore your pitching until you get all your guys back?
Or is it just, hey, we'll get off to a slow start? So what? We've seen teams before, Mets a couple of years ago, slow start, but then we'll get everybody back and we'll make a run.
Now, we started the day with Jackson Dart talk, boys.
Sure did.
Yes.
Jordan Raanan tweeting, my understanding after speaking to multiple sources is that Jackson Dart didn't have a setback. He's feeling better. He still participated in practice Friday on a limited basis. This decision was made by the doctors to play it safe with the young quarterback.
Okay.
No, that's good.
So if this game meant something, he might be playing.
That's what it sounds like. Or it's not necessarily a setback, but it's just been a slow. It could still mean it's been a slow progress to return back.
It's weird with concussions, right? Like if it's a knee, all right, he can play with the pain. He can't damage it anymore. But concussions, so he's getting there. I just don't like, well, if it's an important game he'd play. Well, can he survive a hit? Kind of just, I don't know.
Well, remember this, Don. It'll help over the weekend. He cared for me to stop crying in the corner and start being funny on the show again, like little yo-yo monkey boy. He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time.
I'm glad that wasn't taken from us.
Guys, and before we close out tonight, how about a little game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey? Because
you did it again.
I did?
It's funny, though. I love it.
I really did.
I didn't notice. I'm sorry you're feeling under the weather, Peter.
I know.
You sounded fine all day. I was surprised.
I agree. He told us all in the group chat, sorry, I'm not 100% today and all that stuff. And I'm like, I didn't notice. Did you notice
soreness?
No. Not
fighting through it like a true Yankee.
God bless. Well, I'm not going to be like Michael Kay, who, if he doesn't feel good, shows up and tells everyone, I shouldn't be here. I should be in an iron lung, but I'm here today. That's not me. But game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time.
like when he holds it.
It's totally time.
Yeah, all we got is the Nets and the Celtics in the NBA Cup.
It's a complete crap.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Let's talk to...
Nets have to win if they want any chance at the Cup.
We mentioned the Nets. How about the Knicks? Here's Nick in Bayside. What's up, Nick?
Don, Hahn, Peter, thank you guys for taking my call.
What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to bear with me because I'm stopping to get some female products from my wife here at Walgreens. So I got some good Nick points, though. I got some good Nick points to make. So I want you to hear me out. So I don't know what's going on with the Knicks. The defense, obviously, as we all know, is just Swiss cheese lately, as our friend Clyde puts it. But the starters the other night, they don't come back into the second quarter until a little less than 6 minutes to go. Mike Brown is playing Yabusele. I know OG's out, but he's playing Yabusele 9 minutes in the first half, 17 minutes for the game. He's 0 for 5 from three-point range. Those are 17 minutes that he could have easily spread around between Hart and Deuce and Clarkson. I'm not sure what he was thinking with that, but they got a gift last night. They got a gift the other night for that win with the rest and that miracle call. But they could easily be right now looking at 8-6 and be 7th in the Eastern Conference. Something needs to change, and I don't know what you guys think about this, but it's very concerning as a Knicks fan. I really don't see them being higher than the 4th seed this year, the way they're playing right now.
Okay.
Thank you. But also,
thanks, Nick.
One last thing, if I could say, shout out to my friend Stephen Cunningham. He is a huge Ranger fan, but he is also soon to be father of twin boys.
Oh, great!
So,
congrats.
Thank you, guys.
There we go. Thank you, buddy. Shout out to him.
There's a lot there. Yabusele's playing 4 or 5 position. He just named 3 guards that could have played instead of a 4 or 5 guy. So
So you're done. What you're saying is you're good.
Yeah, there's
You're
a
all
lot.
set.
There was a lot there that remember from Billy Madison. You know what you just said. That whole drop.
At no point during your rambling.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but he's also shopping for women's products for his wife right now, so his mind's probably somewhere.
Do we really need to know that?
I
I'm just
didn't
going
need to
shopping.
have that detail, and I'm sure his wife's probably mortified that he said that.
That isn't. You know what? That is interesting.
But he offered it. So
hey, Jack, what's up?
Hey guys. All right, 2 quick things. You were talking about coaches getting fired and joining the Giants earlier.
Uh-huh.
Mike McDaniel, offense coordinator. That'd be awesome. And the other thing is, Peter, I don't want to jump on you for being a hypocrite, but before when you guys were making fun of people for rooting for teams based on players, aren't you a Larry Bird Celtics fan?
Yeah, but it wasn't because of that. I didn't become a Celtics fan because of Bird, but that was the example in my mind. Bird and Lemieux were the players who were like the best players on my team and my favorite players in the world. Those were the moments, but that's not why I was a fan of either team. I have other reasons that
Wasn't
you could deem to be fraudulent, but not that.
But it wasn't even the Len Bias Maryland connection, right?
No.
Yeah.
Because remember, back in '85, I was still more interested in Georgetown than Maryland.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? Although the whole area was, obsessed with Len Bias. Guys, let's pray. Let's pray we get a pick or 2 right over the weekend.
Oh, I'll be insufferable if Shador wins. Insufferable.
See you Monday.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, experience the wonder of holiday savings on Honda cars, trucks, and SUVs during Happy